Hello there! From behind the yellow line, this is Trammin episode 88. My name is Kirk, and today I'm joined by my favorite listener and mashed potato, Kimmie.
Hello there. Our big letter topic of the week is thankful thoughts.
All right, let's ham it up.
Don't be corny.
Casserole intro.
Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast. Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding. As a courtesy to other passengers, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. In just a few moments, we will begin our trip into the Disneyland resort news and topic of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this tram is ready to depart. Driver, you are clear.
Welcome back to Trammin, everyone. Happy Wednesday and happy Thanksgiving. We are your honey-baked hosts, Kirk and Kimmie. What's up, Kimmie?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
But
the Trammin way.
It's a Trammin way, but also I think just holidays are coming up, and I just have this feeling of I just want to, wake up on Thursday, chill, veg out, and sleep, and that's like the vibe all weekend. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to that chill vibe. Yeah.
Sounds.
How are
awesome.
you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm filled with many carnitas.
Carnitas. We just had carnita tacos that were delicious from Pepe's.
Pepe's, yeah.
Pepe's.
Yeah. So, Rain is not here right now. He is sick. He does not have the Rone.
No.
He has what he thinks may be a very bad cold. He says he can't even talk, but he's okay, but he wasn't going to make it to recording. So, we got our favorite guest host, Kimmie. So thank you, everyone. We know you love her. And
thank you.
Yeah. So we're thankful for that. So let's carve this turkey with
mousekeeping. All right. If this is your first time here, welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast where Kirk and Rain talk about the Disneyland resort through and only through their eyes. And when Rain's not here, I am here. To catch up on jokes, references, context, and backstory, check out our lore page on Trammin.com/lore. If you enjoy the show, like, subscribe, comment, and review us wherever you can, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. For a visual guide of the show, and to message us, follow @Trammin Podcast on Instagram. You can find all of these links and lore on Trammin.com.
Right. So it's time for Your Right, which members of the Tram fam write in with corrections and comments. Kimmie, cue up that corrections music. So Emily writes in. She laughed pretty hard when I brought up the white sauce at Ginza. She also went to Cal Poly and she thought the sauce was sus, but was still delicious. Lauren writes in and says there is a Hanukkah sweater, Festival Holidays.
Was it the blue one with like the snow and stuff?
No, so it's like
I haven't seen any like Hanukkah specific.
It's a red thing, a red sweater. It says something about holidays, but it has, I don't know if it's a Hanukkah sweater, but it had a lot of Hanukkah on it. It wasn't just one thing. So it was like, it was represented.
Yeah.
Kev writes in about last week.
Sorry, I'm calling you on accident. I was looking at a message. I'm sorry.
And he said it was an ale that we drank last week. And he said, firstly, it was tepache inspired. The tepache inspiration is from using pineapple rind to take part in the fermentation, since it has bacteria and yeast on the skin. And he used Treetop Tropical Juice Blend with barley powder as the base. And he said it was seasoned with ground cinnamon, vanilla extract, and fresh ginger. So there was going to be one this week. Also similar. I totally forgot it, but that's okay because now Rain can try it because he really liked the tepache. So
perfect. And he can enjoy it more because, I take a sip and nicely say, not my thing, but that's okay.
So it all works out. Mm-hmm. Kevin wrote in. His birthday still falls under Scorpio. And so, yeah, there's that. And then
when's his birthday? It was just passed. Kevin's birthday just passed. Yeah, so he's Scorpio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and Honda Center, I guess, is not that bad of a name because Staples Center is now the Crypto.com arena.
Is it Crypto.com?
Yes.
The .com is in the title.
Yes, because crypto is an old word, so they cannot drop the .com ever.
Yeah.
Like if it was Coinbase, another place you can buy. Like there's Coinbase.com with the app and everything.
Yeah.
And you can buy crypto.
Because crypto is not it's not just like an IP. It's like a thing.
Yeah.
You
so
can't
like
just call it crypto.
Yeah.
Like,
So
it's
Coinbase, you can buy and sell coins on it.
Yeah.
So you could call it like a Coinbase Center or Coinbase Arena, but this has to be crypto.com. And it's terrible. So,
What's worse, crypto.com arena or metaverse?
No.
What's dumber?
Metaverse is fine. There's crypto.com arena, jobbing.com arena was the worst. There was Smoothie King arena.
Where's that at?
I don't remember. There's Little Caesars
I feel like
place.
that's a Florida thing. No offense to Florida, but I feel like only they would call something a smoothie.
Well, no, Smoothie King is like, it's a brand.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but I feel like Florida would commit to that in Florida. I don't know. I know I'm coming at you guys. I'm sorry.
And then there's, what did I just say? There was Smoothie King. Oh, there's Little Caesars, but the guy who owned the team owned Little Caesars. There's like a Little Caesars place or something. He owned the Red Wings.
I know there's a Levi Stadium at San Francisco.
That's not bad.
No, that's not that.
Yeah.
I'm saying though, but that's
You know?
like a brand. Like everyone knows what Levi's
just when
is.
you throw
know
the
what I mean?
.com in there, it's terrible.
I know. No, I was looking up. I'm sorry. I was scrolling because I was looking up because I send you corrections on the day I listen, but like the morning of. So I'm like, did I have any corrections for you? But I don't.
No.
Oh, I also didn't know the difference between a tamale and a tamal. So I'm Mexican, and I feel like I use them interchangeably as well. I've never been told a tamale is this or tamale is this and a tamal is that. Like, it's so interchangeable for us that I don't know if it's a Mexican American thing or a Mexican thing to do that, but
I read that it's now interchangeable because it just is.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then what's his name? I think it's Ernie, but his thing says 0. Hey guys, was listening to your podcast and I heard you mentioning Chemo was short for a name, and he said it's short for Anselmo. That's his uncle's name, and he loves the podcast. Well,
Nice.
Yeah. And I said, yep, that's what it is. I knew a CJ. Chemo Jr. Hilarious.
I love
So
that. I think that's all I had. Sorry. I'm like half here, half there. But yes, yesterday, last week though, I was telling Kirk, I had never heard of Anaheim Ducks Day or anything like that. So I was pleasantly surprised to hear about it.
I
had a pass during that time for him too. I just missed it or I never noticed it.
There were only 2, so
yeah,
pretty easy to miss.
But
so
like the pictures you posted, I was like, I don't remember ever seeing that unless
it's
totally was
literally
oblivious.
because it's on like a Tuesday.
And is it DCA only?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's in the middle of the week.
I don't really go on
the
Tuesdays.
Ducks show up because they have a schedule and all that, so it's got to work.
Oh, they show up too.
Yeah, that's part of the point.
Are they like in the parade or they're just like there?
They do like their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I love that.
So let's get in some news.
You wrote something down and I do not know what this means. So is that me or you?
It's me.
It's you?
It's me.
What are you doing? This was not in the script.
Uh-oh. We're having some problems here.
Uh-oh. Who were you calling?
I'm trying to call Rain.
Oh, he can't talk.
He told me to call him for the news.
Oh my God. Stop. Can he speak? Because he said he had. Oh.
Hello.
Hello there.
This
Hello, Rain. Welcome to the program.
is my friend and green bean, Christian Rainwater.
From behind the other side of this phone, I am barely alive.
All right, Rain. So we have just got into the news. Would you like to hear the jingle again?
Yes, let me hear it.
Put you in the mood.
I'm just gonna sit back and let them do it.
She had no idea. No, you're here. This is a three people.
I want
So,
you guys to go into it. Go
first
ahead.
headline: Cecil slacking is believing. ESPN Zone has what is it called? The Meta Quest 2 experience.
Oh, Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Marky Mark himself.
Tales from Galaxy's Edge. Cecil Slack's Cantina is in there and all that. Bobby Moynihan from SNL's in it. And he's like, hey, let's open
Bobby Moynihan?
Yeah, dude, he's the bartender in the...
Oh, he's that guy. Oh, I remember, yeah.
Yeah, and he said, hey, let's open up a rival cantina on top of Oga's and I'll voice the character. Like, for real. So... I don't know. You need a mask for this, which, we don't care about masks, but I don't want to do this with glasses, mask, and a Facebook box on my head.
You won't be able to see anything, dude.
Yeah, no. I'm okay. Dude, okay. So what was the Vader Immortal was exclusive to Oculus for a year. And then it came to PlayStation.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, but
I think I've told the story before. When I was playing it in my living room, I was climbing a ladder in the game, and I pulled down my string lights, on the top of my roof because I was so immersed.
Well, it's so that's on PlayStation now. So basically, we just have to wait a year, and it'll be on PlayStation again. I think, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
So I mean, it's cool. Maybe if things change, I'll do it. But right now, I'm not. Dude. It's gonna be whatever, right? You're gonna be walking around Galaxy's Edge. Like, it's not gonna be Vader Immortal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So now, I don't have a headline for this, but a wonderful, wonderful news item. Visitors of Disney parks may spot a black Santa Claus. And as we all know, Santa Claus flies all around the world and visits families and children of all kinds. And he never quite looks the same when you see him. So look out for that. This is wonderful.
See, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I mean, like, I saw somebody post this on Twitter, and everyone is like, I can't believe they're doing this to Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Like, Santa has never been black. Like, what is that?
No.
And then I saw somebody respond directly to that and said, Santa is a fictional person. He can be whatever color we want.
Rain, I don't know what you're talking about, because Santa Claus is real. But sorry. Rain's he's that kid on the playground. So
Young children muff him.
Yeah. So, but I gotta say, like, yeah, this warmed my heart. That I almost got emotional thinking of, like, all those little kids are gonna be like, oh my God, Santa looks like me, And then for the other kids who are like, this Santa looks different. It's like, well, they've seen all the other Santa Clauses. So I think this is great. And Disney didn't announce anything. This was just
they just did it, right?
People just noticed it, and I think someone kind of asked a cast member, and then they said, "Oh yeah, like
they asked a rep, and they're like, yeah, you'll see different Santa Clauses."
Where can you meet him at Disneyland? Because at DCA, it's the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail.
You can meet him right in Pooh Corner.
Pooh Corner.
Yeah,
yes.
He's got like a cool
like
throne
right outside.
Yeah, we haven't gone by to see him. Last time I went to go try to see him, he was already gone for the day. But
he's a busy man at this time of year.
He's a busy man, very busy man. Mm-hmm.
So next headline: Hey Disney, Alexa voice assistant is now in hotel rooms. It's already been, I think, in Walt Disney World, so they're adding it to Disneyland Resort. But dude, why isn't it like Hey Tink or Hey Tinkerbell?
They'd have to make their own system. They can just partner with Amazon and use
like,
Alexa.
But you say Hey Disney, you don't say Alexa.
Oh.
So I'm like,
okay.
What?
That's why the headline.
But I'm also like, they give it a voice. It's gonna use Alexa's voice, so maybe that's why it can't be like, Hey Mickey.
What if it's the voice of Walt Disney himself? Hey Disney.
Nah, they wouldn't do that.
That would be really spooky, actually.
What if it's Sam Jackson in everyone's hotel room?
Hey Frozone or Hey Nick Fury? I don't know.
Yeah, Hey Fury.
Hey Fury. That'd be
no.
Maybe in the future you can choose the character. That'd be actually really funny.
On Alexa, you already can.
Yeah, but I'm saying for this specifically Disney characters. Like,
yeah.
You want to talk to Mickey, Yeah.
Google has guest ones for a while. John Legend would just respond to you.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I had it. Yeah, he would tell you the weather and stuff. It was cool.
I think it was on the Waze app. You can put like T-Pain's voice. Like, in this many miles, turn right. And it was like auto-tuned. It was so funny. It was like a few years ago.
On Alexa, you could already choose Sam Jackson, so they already have his voice.
I didn't know that.
Whoa, all right.
I'm going to change that when I get home.
Yeah.
So new magic is in the hotel. So this is like, I don't know. They're just, what is this? Like,
it just says, it's like infusing hotel. It says, let me just read it and then I'll see if I can explain it. Infusing hotel rooms with elements inspired by characters and stories by the Walt Disney Animation Studios classic films. And then it says at the end, newly designed pool and recreation. So I don't know. Does that mean they're going to add characters like to the wall? Maybe some like references to certain movies?
But they already are redoing Disneyland Hotel for the princess theme. It's got like Cinderella.
I don't know that. Well,
maybe this has to do with the DVC
maybe this
thing?
is the same thing because it is a classic film.
Maybe.
So I saw that and I thought those were choice. That's why I put it in there. I'm like, they're very choice words on how they said that.
Yeah.
And then newly designed pool and recreation. So I think I think they're just beautifying the outside because the concept art showed the outside of the hotel. So just beautifying it a little bit.
Hey, Kirk, I got to go in like 1 minute.
Okay, then your favorite one here. Getting the band back together. Magic Band Plus coming to Disneyland Resort with some features from Walt Disney World. Rain, I feel like they're not going to have payments and entry, and it's just going to be dumb interactive things.
I don't think they are either. I don't think they are. Yeah. But here's to hoping. And I hope I can use my current Magic Bands. I have like 5 or 6 of them.
You know that's not going to happen. It's a special Disneyland one. But hopefully the Apple Pay and Android and all that. So
the concept art had the silhouettes of Walt and Mickey. The concept art band. So maybe.
And shout out to my boy Kevin Perger. for coming out with that Fast Pass video last
So
night.
I just watched the whole thing. So I watched it today. It was great.
I'll get to it.
I'm only halfway through.
A 10 out of 10 recommend.
But if they do payments and entry, I'm buying this because I'm so tired of taking my phone out and the brightness going up and swiping and all this stuff, right?
Yeah,
So,
you wouldn't have to take your phone out for anything.
nothing.
Well, it's like recently, like now you can't take screenshots anymore. They make you log in front of them and like,
Which is
because I had a screenshot of my pass on my phone and they were like, we don't take screenshots anymore. So.
And they don't have an explanation for it.
Your pictures are taken anyway, so I don't get it because I'm like, what if someone sends it to you? I'm like, yeah, but I don't look like my friend or, but I don't know.
it's some Disney stuff. But
All right, guys.
thanks for picking up. Thanks for chiming in, Rain.
I will have more to talk about next week.
Yeah, we will definitely cover this a little bit more. All right.
All righty, guys. Talk to you later.
Bye, Rain.
That was a sweet surprise. I was like, I don't know why. I was like, is he calling like my sister or something? Like, I don't know what she's calling her, but I was like, okay, Rain, like, because I thought Rain was like,
yeah, because he was like, I want to do the news this week. Like, he's like, that's the only thing I'm bummed about because the topic's a topic and topic's great, I promise. But yeah, I was like, oh, dude, I could call you, and I was just gonna call him.
Yeah.
And I thought two things: one, FaceTime will sound a little better.
Were you FaceTiming him?
I did audio.
Oh.
I was gonna do the video. I'm like, no, it's gonna be weird, and there's gonna be a delay.
Put like a in screen.
Yeah, and then two, I don't know it, but I feel like everyone knows that FaceTime ringtone. So
that's how I was like,
yeah. So construction is making its way downtown. Downtown Disney is undergoing construction and improvements around the monorail track. It's the Sugar Boo, Starbucks, Earl of Sandwich, AMC. Goodbye.
It's basically all the same building. Like the AMC, so that whole building's going to be gone. So I think I saw January 2022. There's no definite date. So grab your holiday sandwiches in December if you can, because that'll be gone.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to the IE. I think there's an Earl in Ontario or something.
Really?
I think so. I could be totally wrong.
There is an Earl of Sandwich at Disneyland Paris at their downtown Disney. I had it there. It's not the same.
Well, yeah.
The food there is, no offense, slim pickings over there. So it was okay.
Well, Americans eat a lot more.
No, it was that. And I think since then they've improved their like Disney foodie stuff. But over there, it wasn't really a thing. It's a lot more common here. But
yeah, I think this is good. They're leaving Rainforest Cafe because it's being used. They're leaving ESPN Zone.
We still have another Starbucks. That was like in a Starbucks Express. It was a lot smaller. I rarely went to that one.
Well, it's not for hanging out. It's for hotel guests to get Starbucks because they were complaining.
Oh, because
hotel guests.
They have why don't they serve Starbucks at the coffee house at Disneyland? Because if Starbucks is with them, just put it there.
It's probably not big enough or something. Starbucks probably has certain requirements or whatever.
I wonder if now they could do it since this one's going to disappear. I don't know.
They'll probably put another one.
What if it's part of It's Beautifying? They add a Starbucks.
Oh yeah, I could see them. I could see them adding Earl and Starbucks back.
How about closed Tiki Room? And no, not Tiki Room. Trader Sam's.
That's so far in there.
No, I'm being silly. I knew that would.
Yeah, so I think this is good. But I think the other buildings are there because they're perfectly fine. It's that AMC. You can't reuse a movie theater.
I always wonder why they didn't just reopen it, but I guess they want to use that space for something else.
Movie theater's a waste. You get $15 and then people are there for 2 hours doing nothing.
That's true.
And they got to pay AMC. It's not worth it. They're probably going to open some Disney stuff or some Patina restaurants. Patina Group runs all the restaurants in downtown Disney, so they probably have some deal with them. So it's all like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just more construction, but
I'll miss Earl, but to be fair, we haven't been there in a long time because we've been trying to get all the food inside the park. So
yeah, but don't be surprised if Earl comes back because it's popular and Disney wants popular and it's quick. They want quick, popular, and just make money.
And even if the line's long, it's not. They move very quickly. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So showing up, World of Color and Fantasmic, along with the Main Street Electrical Parade, are returning in 2022.
I'm very excited about Fantasmic.
I'm very excited about World of Color.
So excited about Fantasmic. World of Color too, but
I'm excited for things that take up crowds.
Fantasmic though is tricky because they're in the walkway. Like World of Color, you can kind of section them off a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they have like a standing room, but
they're in one spot. They're not in lines.
Mm-hmm.
Pirates is always a 0-minute wait during Fantasmic.
I know.
So I think it'll be good, but I'll watch it too, but not like we're not gonna watch it every time it's there.
No, that's why I was saying. I think when I want to sit and watch it, I'll just do like a dining package, just so that we have our spots. We can sit there and we're We don't gotta beat anybody for
that's
the
what
crowds.
that's what I did when they did the new one.
Yeah.
I just did it alone, but it
Mhm.
was like, yeah, I don't want to wait for this,
Mhm.
like, or get caught up, whatever. So what should we call this one?
I didn't know what to call it, but this was today was the actual start of it. So today it started. Monday, the day of recording, was the first day of this.
Weight of the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Starting today, standby and virtual queue hybrid rise of the resistance is going on. So they did no virtual queue, right?
Today?
Yeah.
So in the actual press release I read, so they're doing a hybrid, but I didn't see anyone it looks like everyone I follow on Twitter was testing the standby. If there was a virtual queue, I didn't see anyone talking about it, but I'm saying though they were going to roll it out to hybrid it, but I don't know if today they did hybrid.
I think hybrid, they said when demand demands it. I think it's day to day.
Oh, okay.
Like
so I thought it was permanent. Yeah, that makes sense because you don't want it I know so much about fast passes now after that video that I'm like, yeah, because I would have had more time. Like just like all this like equation. So maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's that thing I say all the time. Like if there was fast pass, like when the wait times right now don't make sense because they're like, oh, usually when it goes out here, it's 40 minutes, but that includes letting fast pass people in.
Yeah.
When you add fast pass, there's longer standby times. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the stuff I saw some people were there today and it went down to like Mark Twain at one point. It went towards like the Frontierland area, and I was like, oh, I would not want to wait in line for that. No, thank you.
yeah. So
It was pretty bad today.
yeah, this will be like a you get what you ask for thing. Everyone was
Yeah.
complaining. There you go. Here's your chance. Get in line.
Just get in line. You don't have to get there early hours in the morning
Get
unless
in
you
line
want to
or,
get there
or
hours.
pay up
Mm-hmm.
because
Genie Plus, there's no date for it yet, but it's coming soon because they're doing the standby now, and that's kind of what Walt
they
Disney
have
World
28 days.
Why?
They said fall.
Oh.
It's still fall. They got 28 days to launch it.
So
They'll do it.
So the next question is, when does Find Nemo reopen? Because that said winter.
That has until March 19th to open.
I really don't care about that ride. I'm curious because it just says winter and it's still drained. I still see scaffolding over the thing.
They have until March.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we'll see if we're waiting for that ride. And then we're still waiting for Small World. Hopefully that one opens up soon because that's the one I really want to do for the holidays.
yeah, apparently there was a human error. Some alarm was going off for 90 minutes and everyone ignored it or something. They burned out some pump. They shorted things out. So go stare at Small World. It's very pretty. From the outside.
They're still doing like the shows, I think, like every hour. But
that's the outside.
But the ride is still closed.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of tight over there right now because of they were doing some stuff on the side of Small World, like the walkway or something.
Oh, Toontown.
Yeah, but it was like the entrance to Toontown, but it's like on the side of Small World. So it's kind of just walk through there. It's kind of a mess over there, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah. And then if you haven't yet, there's a video of that lightsaber.
Josh tomorrow with the lightsaber.
The homie Josh lit the lightsaber and then very carefully moved it around. So, he's not swinging. No one's swinging that around. You won't be swinging it around. It's for Rey. Everyone else will be using regular lightsabers for the Jedi training on Galactic Star Cruiser.
I can't remember exactly what it said, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody because enjoy the magic. But somebody kind of explained what the lightsaber was, and they're like, "This thing cannot make contact with anything.
No,
Like it cannot. It is not functional." So I won't say what it was made out of, but like
no, whoever that person was saw the patent.
Probably. It's what I'm saying. Yeah, they look things up. Yeah,
Disney patented it, so
you can do your research. But like people were like, yeah, the reason why he did not touch anything with it, there's a reason. It's not a functional.
But you can't hit things with the other ones too. They're like made of plastic. They'll shatter. Like it's like a shiny plastic. So
yes.
Yeah,
and
but
this wasn't on the rundown, but my condolences to Walt Disney World because I heard your past situation's a mess. So I'm sorry for that. At least for us, we just have our Dream Key. That's the only one that stopped. But over there, I think the only one that's open is their Florida resident one.
The cheapy one.
The cheaper one. I think it's called the Pixie or something. I don't know. I'm not really keen to that, but I saw people upset. So I was like, I'm sorry, guys. Everything right now is kind of, we're figuring it out as we go.
What do I always say? You see it, you like it, buy it before it's gone.
Mm-hmm. So my condolences to you guys. I'm sorry.
So it's time for our Big Thunder topic of the week. Thankful thoughts. Mm-hmm. So what are we thankful for in the Disney parks? We are not allowed to make any negative comments. No, except this. No, but that. No, I wish. No, before it was better. None of that.
You were looking directly at me.
Yes. Nothing. No.
I'm not a negative person.
No,
I'm
you're
just
not.
saying.
You're
He's
not.
just
But
reminding me not
no
to.
comparisons.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. So nothing like that.
Okay.
So the first thing I am thankful for are magic keys and included parking as an option.
Yes.
Because you just don't have to pay every time you go. And, you got to plan when you go, but you're getting in, you're going, it's available. You kind of know if it's booked up that there will be people there. You temper your expectations. And you know that if you spend an hour there, you didn't spend $30 on parking if you have the included parking. And, it lets you do things like we'll talk about later, but on Friday when we're like going to go at 3 and then we're like, you know what? No, we got stuff to do. We'll meet up at 7. And we didn't feel like, ooh, we got 4 less hours. Nope. We had the time we had, and that was something that was already baked into the cake.
And what made it extra sweet was that we just we rolled with the punches, and I would say we had a pretty great day because, we got to do things I had never done before. We got to try new foods that I had never tried before. So it's like we couldn't plan for that. We're the kind of people that we kind of show up and decide when we're there, unless we want something specific. But we're like, let's just go. We'll look at the menu. We'll order what we want. We happened to walk by a show we wanted to see, and we watched that. So I won't go into the whole trip, but it's what I wanted when I wanted the AP program back. I wanted that. I wanted the spontaneity of the day's not spontaneous because we have to plan for the day we're going, but our itinerary was spontaneous. And you can only get that if you are a magic key holder right now. So I'm grateful for that.
I'm thankful that I don't have to plan or have a plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a game plan. I don't need that.
Yeah. I'm
also, because I am me, thankful for water refill stations.
Yeah. And they've really gone all out. They're everywhere now,
Let's take a little sip of water on air.
Let me get one too. That's what River does.
Shout out to River.
Shout out to River.
So yeah, it's nice to be able to you don't have to go wait in lines for it. Usually it's it's there and you can refill your water. They're not charging you for it. They know.
I was thinking about that today because I was at another store that had a similar refill station, and I'm like, Disney could have seen. I think right now, water bottles are. I don't want to say the word trendy, but everyone has an emotional support water bottle now. It's not a thing anymore. Everyone just has one. So I think they're you know what? We sell water here, but people are gonna bring their water bottles anyways. We don't want people hovering over the small thing. Or I don't know what their thought process was, but after the pandemic, I saw a lot more of them. We had the Frontierland one, Autopia one. And I love that when you get off of Millennium Falcon, there's 2 in the queue when you're leaving. And it's great because it's people don't know it's there. And they're like, oh, hey, fill up our water. And it's everyone has a bottle now. Everyone has one, even kids. I
think it's twofold. I think it's a modern amenity. And also, they don't want you waiting on the mobile order line to go grab a cup of ice. And then they're wasting a cup and time and whatever. It's just go fill your water.
Yeah.
And you could still go pick up water if you want.
Yeah.
But now you have this option. Options are always good. So speaking of options, I am thankful for mobile order as an option.
As an option, yeah.
As an option. Because you can see full menus. You can see pricing, your discount. You could sometimes, a lot of the time, you can see pictures of the food, what's in all the food. You can see all of the allergy-friendly options.
If you scroll all the way down, it's got the egg-free options, the gluten-free options, and things like that.
The dairy-free, all of it. And it describes the food. It's here's what's in it. It'll say instead of mashed potatoes, potato mash, blah, blah, blah. So it's nice to have that option of I don't want to wait in the line. I don't want to deal with a cast member. I don't, no offense to that. I meant cashier. I don't want to take out my wallet with my ID, my pass, which is on the phone now. And then also the payment method. It's here you go. One-stop shop.
Yeah. What was it? I'm sorry, I blinked on what I was going to say. And what I like too is when there's seasonal foods, they're right up top.
Yeah.
It's hey, you want that special cookie for Halloween or whatever? This is the place to get it. And it's the first option. So you can't miss it, and If they're sold out, it won't. What I like too, that's another thing I want to add. When something is sold out, it will not show up on the app.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that because you don't order it and then you get there and it's like, oh, sorry, we sold out. And it's like, then why is it not? It's like,
yeah, it's
the Zara website does that. They don't take things off sometimes. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that. I'm glad Disney doesn't do that thing. I'm glad that they think ahead of like, we'll just take it off the app or we'll tell you the seasonal item is right up top.
Yeah. For the most part, it's very good.
Yes.
As a mobile ordering system.
And I appreciate the places that offer standby as well. That don't just like, I appreciate those as well. Cause you can pick, is it a short line? I'll do that. If I can do mobile order, I'll just do it that way too.
But still on the topic of food, I'm very thankful for quick foods.
Yes.
When you're like, I don't want to sit down or I don't want to fork, I want to bow. I want a Ronto wrap. What else is a little quick?
Bingo barbecue skewers. I haven't gotten there in a while, but Jessica and my sister, when we used to go, we wanted a quick snack. We would get the bacon wrapped asparagus and go wait in line at Indiana Jones. Like that was always our thing. Or one of my favorite summer things to do is to get a pineapple and wait in line for Pirates. I don't know why Pirates and pineapple to me, or even Jungle Cruise, because they're right there. Pick up a pineapple and I'm eating it and it's like in your hand. I guess pickles also fall into that. Like just something you can just like, because it's covered, you don't really touch it. Your hands get a little sticky, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, I didn't think of Bengal barbecue. People really love Bengal barbecue.
I really liked it. I know now they're doing like a plate now with rice and stuff, but typically I would only get a skewer.
Yeah, I've had the plates. They're pretty good.
Their jungle juice or jungle something, their smoothie is really good. That's probably one of my favorite things there.
I'll have to try
I'm trying to think of what else. The breakfast chimney on the go.
Yeah.
Like we sat and ate that, but we could have, that thing is wrapped, it's done. And they recently, this isn't really news, but Galactic Grill brought back the breakfast burritos, which is actually really good. They're really good. And I think it has like hash browns, stuff like that. So yeah, like that one, you can grab it, wait in line for space or something, I don't know. And then you're eating, like you're up on your feet eating and you're not being that obnoxious park goer of like trying to like eat like an obnoxious food like out of a plate when you can't really do it, Yeah.
Yeah, we of course have to shout out the chimichanga. It's Brandy's favorite thing.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and turkey legs don't feel like
Do they still sell those?
Oh yeah.
I have not seen a turkey leg in the longest time.
Turkey legs they're not everywhere. They're at like Edelweiss Snacks. There is, I think, that cart on Main Street.
There's that big
I don't
turkey.
think they do.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then there is the Ship to Shore Marketplace where we got the breakfast chimichanga.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not everywhere. And I think does California Adventure, I guess they have the little handwiches, the cones. They
have the cones, and I also like the corn dogs.
Yeah. Corn dogs they're
a little heavier, but I've seen people like finish it halfway and then they start walking with the other half of it. And I think that's something I'm especially grateful for right now because the first half of the year we couldn't eat or walk and we couldn't drink or walk. So I feel like I'm extra like we get Starbucks, we can walk in with our Starbucks, and it's such a small like. Who cares? Just sit and drink your coffee. But I don't know, like sometimes we'll sit on a bench and chill, but I like having the option of standing up and not even running to a ride, but just walking around Fantasyland with my coffee, walking around Tomorrowland with my coffee, jumping parks with my coffee. I sound so like with my coffee in my hand, but it's just like, it's funny. And
that's why your little cartoon has
my little cartoon has, exactly. And it's like, that's something that we didn't have. So I feel extra appreciative of it. And even churros. Like I saw this, I don't know who made the video on YouTube, but they were talking about how churros came into the park. And basically it came down to young people love sweet stuff and they're on the move. So like, that's kind of what inspired the churro to end up at the park. So.
Yeah. And like, it's,
and you can argue you can eat a Dole Whip while walking. I mean, it's a little trickier. Yeah. You can argue that though. Like you can kind of do it.
Yeah. I am also thankful that we can walk around and eat. This is kind of like the spirit of we have it so good. It's like, let's appreciate the things we have. Because you never know what you have till it's gone.
And we knew what it was like to in this same calendar year. We knew what it was like to not have those things.
Yeah.
So I feel extra appreciative of those things.
So we'll stay on topic of food for just one more. I am so thankful for food festivals.
Me too.
I love that it's a new thing that comes around, and it's not like a cash grab or whatever. It's like, no, this is a thing that's fun. We add entertainment. We have like
the entertainment really elevated
twists on classic things and weird stuff you would never think of trying, or like stuff that just sounds great and you're like, didn't think that was possible. Even though it's very simple stuff sometimes, but very well done. I would even say high quality.
I would say that too. I think it's like, because I think at first, when I first saw the menu and I was comparing it to like the regular holiday menu, I was like, oh, it's just the same thing but smaller, whatever. But when we tried the food, like I won't go into it yet, but I was like, oh, this tastes really well made, and they seem to know, like, they push you. There's some stuff they really push it, but then there's like a lot of quote safer foods where people feel more comfortable. Like, oh, I recognize that thing.
The mac and cheese line is always long.
The mac and cheese is always long, and there might be something else on that menu that no one would think about trying. But it's like, hey, I'm already at this booth. I waited this long. Let me get everything on this menu or whatever. But I would say this last week I've been trying new stuff, and I've been really happy about it. Stuff that I wouldn't think would be possible at a Disney park.
Yeah.
And especially with this festival, they're really trying to honor different things. So like a thing I tried, like they said, like Happy Diwali, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I don't know much about that, but I tried a food that they probably would eat during that time of year. So,
well, that's the Chana Masala is just very common, just Indian food. But yeah, it's kind of like, hey, there are other cultures here too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, Disney's helping you expand your palate. It's
food wise, and even just music wise, entertainment wise, like everything, like the whole vibe of it is just party. Whatever you celebrate, just party. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great.
Can't wait for food and wine.
When's the last time I did food and wine? It's been a long time. I think almost 3 years since I've done food and wine.
I'm gonna wear my food and wine 2020 shirt.
Oh, the shirt you bought at Company D this year. That'll be perfect. Yeah.
So I'm very thankful for Rivers of America.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, it's just a body of water.
Yeah.
It's nice to be around that. But it's nice to be able to do something so unexciting and unstimulating, like relaxing. Looking
at the time, I'm like, it's only been 36 minutes. Feels like we've been here for a long time. Sorry. I got so distracted by that. I was like, are we recording? Oh, yeah, we are. Sorry.
So yeah, relaxing on a boat, taking a canoe, like, sitting by the shore, I guess.
It's the one truly quiet spot of the park because there's nothing behind the river. Like, the train comes by every once in a while, but people aren't screaming on it. You know what I mean? Like, people are just chilling, taking in the vibe. And then Galaxy's Edge is like over a hedge. So really, like, I told you, like, one of my favorite parts is on the river is when you pass, the indigenous people. You can hear clearly what they're saying, and like you can hear them talking amongst each other and the chief talking, and it's like they're out in the open in Disneyland where it's always loud, but that special corner of the park is so quiet. You only hear the train faintly.
Yeah.
But when I went to Tom Sawyer Island, I felt like when kids weren't running past us, it was like truly quiet over there near the river.
Yeah, that was also really nice. Like that other side that you don't think of. Like, it's there are still spots for you to stop and hang out, and I think we forget that sometimes. Like, they're getting rid of it. No, it's like there's still places to sit. There's still places to relax and take it in.
And let me say, like, Disneyland, I'm not saying I want it to always be quiet because, the sounds make it. When I hear kids laughing and being silly, that makes it. The animatronics make it. The music, everything played. But then you don't realize how loud it is until you're in the quiet spot, and then you're like, oh wow, like this is the first bit of quiet I've heard all day, but like in an enjoyable way that isn't like I hate the sound. It's like, oh, I haven't heard my own thoughts in like an hour, and it's great.
And you can you could sit there and reflect on thankful thoughts.
Thankful thoughts, exactly.
So I'm gonna jump around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very thankful for classics. Pirates, Mansion, the Mountains of Disneyland.
The Mountains of Disneyland, exactly.
It's nice to have these things that are so just like, I know Snow White and stuff have been there since the beginning, but they're based on movies. But there's, Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Matterhorn Mountain.
Matterhorn's unique. And that's the thing is that I'm trying to think, like, I'm grateful
Splash
for the rides
Mountain.
that we have. And I think that's why for me, even though I don't ride Small World a whole lot, like that's not my favorite ride or anything like that, it feels weird that it's closed during the holiday season right now because it's like, I love that ride. Like, it's such a simple, it's always there. Like,
Yeah.
that ride's been there since before I was born. Like, it's such a classic. And like, I really appreciate they're still putting the effort. Like, they're still decorating it. It still has, and so when it does open, I'll be that much more grateful to be in there because I love just Small World. I don't go in it a lot, but I do like that ride a lot.
Yeah, we never need to dwell on the past, but it's nice to still have connections to it in a way. So it's nice that there's still original Disneyland left.
Yeah, and even just going down Main Street, like, I don't always ride the omnibus or the horses, but they're always there. That's a constant. Like, they're always there, and it's classic, and it gives you that one reminder of, oh yeah, like this is an old timey town and like we're on the horses now and everyone's being respectful and nice and it's like things that like it's like a horse-drawn carriage. Like where else do you do that? That's not New York City. Like in what's it called? Central Park.
Yeah, for all that's changed, more has remained the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still that same Disneyland, and anything that was gone was plussed.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful for plussing. Like we've got Plaza Point now. That was a camera shop that we don't need anymore. We have Pelican's Landing,
which I'm excited to use. When we walked by it, it was very empty, but I can't wait to walk by it again.
We'll talk about that in a second. And whatever's going on Royal Street, where it says something's cooking, like what's that going to be? Because whatever it was before was just like, you just buy some things. Like it was like a dress shop type thing. So
and even like I'll just shout out Galaxy's Edge right now. Not necessarily the whole land. Oh, that too, but how there's a lot of spots to eat there. I noticed like they have tables everywhere, and like you can either sit in the middle in a marketplace, or you can sit out and just people watch. And it's just a place to just sit and eat, and it added more space to the park. That I'm just gonna sit in the back of the park, eat my Ronto wrap, and just hang out.
Yeah, and even
watch.
Like they made the rivers of America smaller, and yet plussed it. They added that beautiful bridge, the Native Americans, like you said, like our favorite little beaver.
Yeah.
And it's they are finding ways to constantly maximize the space, and it's something I think we forget sometimes. Like, no, they're still trying out there. Like they are still trying to make Disneyland better, which we shouldn't lose sight of.
And like an example of that for me would be like the walkway between Frontierland and Fantasyland. They could have just not put anything there. They could have just like, all right, just walk here. But they added that rock work to the side. So it's like they plussed it, but not in a way that invades what the original concept was. Like it adds to it.
They added the rock work. They added the lamp posts. They added even it looks like a mining area. Like there's two sides to it. They added that little red wagon right next to the entrance to Galaxy's Edge, the far right entrance, I think.
Yeah.
So there's a lot there that did not used to be there. And there are benches there. So there's a lot that's just like, hey, here's this area that's a walkway. It needs to be a walkway. And let's make it feel like it's a part of Frontierland. Let's make it feel more lived in. It's part of a town. It's part of Rainbow Ridge.
Yeah.
Really. Because there's even signs that are like Rainbow Ridge Post Office that way.
And there's still that remnant of like, you can see like the tunnel that used to be there.
Yeah.
Like they left the charm there. They didn't have to leave it there, but they left it there. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah. So they do, stick to the classics while adding. And, it's nice. Even Toontown is getting updated.
Yeah, and that's one I'm looking forward to. Like, I don't have kids. I rarely go back there, but I'm like, you know what? Like, they're making it better. Like, I don't see it. I mean, not that I see everything as worse, but like, this is one I really see the benefit. I'm like, this is gonna be amazing. Like, let your kids run around, wind down, jump on, Roger Rabbit or something, and jump on Go Coaster, and then Go Coaster. Everyone relaxes, and then go on the next Small World or something, go on another ride.
And also Main Street. When they added all that brick 2 years ago, it was, they never redid the tracks. So they redid the tracks, and instead of just concrete, there was bricks. And thing about bricks, they look nicer and they're softer for a horse's hooves. They have hooves, right? Yeah. So it's better in every way. There's a lot of win-wins that we don't see, and
I'm grateful for the times when they do maybe overstep a little bit and they're quick to fix it. And what I mean by that is like when they, they were like, hey, maybe we can get some merch like in the theater, and everyone's like, oh, we don't like it. It's like, okay. And they took it back, and it was like, all right, like it was a simple fix. It was nothing permanent. They tried it and they said, you know what? Doesn't work for our guests. We're going to move it. So I'm grateful when like Disney,
they repainted that whole building.
Yeah. Like when they make decisions that whether we agree or not, and they at least take the feedback in of like, you know what? Okay. Like this was like a step too far. Like we can undo it in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
and it's not this big, huge expansion that they have to undo or anything like that.
But, they got rid of the turnstiles there too. So you could just walk in and out.
Yeah, they
easier.
did that.
But they changed the color of all those bricks and everything. I remember when they painted it, I was like, oh, hey. And one last classic. Or, I mean, there are a few. There's the Silhouette Shop.
Yes.
And the Magic Shop. That Magic Shop does not make money.
It doesn't, and they have not. I think since I was like, I had it pass, I don't think they've changed it at all. No. It looks the same. They probably
there's someone in there who does
and
magic.
Like, and it's funny because it's never busy, and I never see anybody actually interacting with the magic. 'Cause people must be, but like I'm like, It's just here. It's a magic shop that's just here, and they don't.
The next time you're in there, look up.
Yeah.
There's a hidden Mickey.
And I appreciate it too, because as you're walking through all the main street shops, after a while, they kind of start to look a little like they're selling the same merch. This is just a magic shop. They're not trying, like, there's a couple pins I think on the wall, but it's strictly magic.
Oh, the pins are next door at the music company, 20th Century Music Company.
Right. Oh, because they're like this.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all part of the same building.
I feel like the magic shop, the crystal shop, and the silhouette shop have stuck to what they do. They don't try to that's the only thing they do in their small little square footage.
I think it's good that we no longer have the lingerie shop.
Oh, the Wizard of Bras?
Yeah, although when I visited Kev, we used to see this as kids too. Right on the entrance to the 210, I think, there is a Wizard of Bras.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it has like this blue neon sign. You could see it from the freeway, but I like turned at it to get on the ramp.
There is one thing I envy that Disney World has at their main street. They have a barber shop, and you can get your hair cut there. And I think if you're a kid and it's your first one, you get some like a button or something.
I'd be getting my hair cut every month if it was in Disneyland.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is, but they do. I think they do the whole like barber old school thing over there. So I'm like, if they do girls' hair, I'm gonna go over there and ask for it. That'd be awesome.
I'm sorry.
No, I know.
No,
sorry, little one.
Yeah. No, yeah. The first time I went to a barber, it changed my life.
Really?
Because my mom would just used to take us to whatever salon. They know how to cut everyone's hair.
Sport cut.
But what?
Sports cut. What's it called? Sports something?
No.
I don't know.
No. She'd take us to like a salon.
Yeah.
A salon.
Oh,
salon.
salon. Okay.
And
you went to a barber.
And I went to a barber, and like they know how to cut men's hair. They only cut men's hair.
My dad's gone to the same barber shop since I was a kid. Like I know exactly where it is. And
there's a barbershop code.
Mm-hmm.
If your barber doesn't have appointments, you cannot go with another barber.
Yeah.
It's betrayal.
Yeah. My dad, yeah. We tried taking River, but he's too young, and he was too over. He needs the fun, bright colors.
Yeah.
The barber was too intimidating for him. So maybe in the future he'll have his own barber.
Yeah. So, and you go in and they're just like the usual. Yep.
Just do what
and they know.
So, yeah.
And I asked my barber, I was like, how do you remember? He's like, after like 2-3 times, you're like, okay, I get it.
Speaking about the regular, really quick side note, I went to Starbucks today. They go, Kimmie, and they gave me my drink, and I was like, oh God, I come here too much.
Like 3 people at the Starbucks by work recognized me.
That is so
Shout out to Wesley.
Okay.
Wesley, very nice barista.
Okay.
And even like I got my drink and he wasn't in the bag. And then I hear Kirk and I turn around and I'm like, hey, he goes, hey, where you're parked, back out slowly and come in slowly. There's a piece of rebar sticking out of the thing. It's been ripping people's bumpers off. I'm like, what a nice gesture.
Yeah. That was nice that he stopped.
Very, very nice to have like, regular stuff. And
I want to know like what else people have regulars of, which is funny. Like everyone has their place.
Before mobile order was a thing.
Yeah.
I was a regular at a different Starbucks by my parents' house.
Okay.
They would open a register for me in the morning.
That's so funny.
And I would always tip them.
Yeah.
But that's it, it's pay to play. Because I asked some baristas, like, you tip us, we'll give you special treatment. There would be, I don't know why, 7 a.m., there's like 10 Frappuccinos ready to go. They're like a line of them. Mm-hmm. Move my cup to the front.
Wow.
Yeah. And then my dad used to go to that Starbucks by work. Mm-hmm. Before Starbucks has always been popular, but before it was like this
monument.
It's become insane lately, right? Like before they changed the logo, more or less.
Yeah.
They'd see his car pull up and they'd have his coffee ready.
That is
and then
funny.
he would reload a gift card because it was way quicker.
Yeah.
So he would just give them the gift card, they'd swipe it and he'd leave.
That's so funny.
He'd always get like a black coffee, the dark roast.
I love that. That's so funny. I know my sister, she used to work at Starbucks and she like remember, she's like, oh, the guy's car's coming in, like get it ready or yeah. That's so funny. I love that.
So I am also thankful for interesting menus. So of course you have your pizza options, your burger options, but they'll also have a specialty burger. They'll have just straight up Docking Bay 7. Here is some fried chicken with some like different mashed potatoes you haven't had. Here's some short rib with a blueberry cornbread muffin. Here is pot roast with wilted kale and mushroom sauce. Like here, the falafel. The Felucian garden
Here
spread.
is a cold brew with Cocoa Puffs in it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's so like, okay. It's like so random, but I love it.
Yeah, there are the places that take more risks, and there are the regular places, of course. But like, it's not just the food festivals. You have the restaurants that have weirder stuff. Like even Red Rose Tavern, it is kind of like gastropub food. Like, oh, here's some poutine fries, but it's with shredded beef.
Yeah.
Like here's the beast burger. Here's a cauliflower sandwich with chicken or whatever. So
yeah, well, it's like Jolly Holiday. They don't go way out there. To me, it's like a Panera Bread. They have a lot of like sandwiches and like soups.
it's way better than Panera.
No, I'm saying
days.
but like that vibe. I don't know exactly what you call it. Like
it's a cafe.
A cafe, yeah. But I like that every season they have like a new soup, which
and a new sandwich,
which resembles like what Chops would do normally. So like I think right now they have like a chicken soup. Before that they had the Twisted Roja. So it's not. I mean that's not like really adventurous food, but it's different. Like, oh hey, there's a new soup I haven't tried yet. Let me try the soup. And I think I'm adventurous with the churros right now. Like there's always like 10 new churros to try every season.
So it is officially called Jolly Holiday Bakery Cafe.
Bakery Cafe,
which is exactly that.
That's what it is.
Soups, salads, little sandwiches, and great pastries.
Great pastries.
Yeah. I love Jolly Holiday.
Me too. But I'm saying that's like the perfect, like none of the food's not weird. It's not interesting there, but they do mix up the menu depending on like what's seasonal,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thankful for seasonal menus. I'm thankful for the food that costs more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, because that's the stuff where they try a little more. They know what you're getting, and you do want to pay more for food, because when food's too cheap, you got to ask the question, why is it so cheap? So I'm also thankful for cleanliness.
Absolutely.
It's still pretty good. There's no overflowing trash cans.
I don't think I've ever seen it over the trash can at Disneyland. Ever.
Downtown Disney did get a little weird for a while during like the weird times, but that's not normal times. Clean and clear walkways. There's no trash on the floor. There's no gum on the floor. They're always painting things.
Yeah, and I want to shout out that cast member that was in line with us at Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, he just stood in line and swept.
He was like 3 people behind us, and every time he moved, he would sweep along. He waited in line basically with the queue and with his dustpan and was just dusting behind people. I'm like, that's amazing. Like, yeah, like part of your job is to get in line with guests and be like, all right, look around, grab the trash as you're moving. I'm like, I love that. That's so like, I don't see that at other parks. I mean, I haven't been to another park in a while, but that was really cool to see that.
Yeah, they there's still some standards they're trying to uphold, because you can't let that stuff slip through your fingers.
No.
Because churros slip through people's fingers and then get smashed, and then you're like, what's this bump I walked over?
I know. It's like I've seen stray churros, and one time I saw a stray corn dog, and I was like, did you just drop this and just give like, is that it?
Yeah. Popcorn happens all the time.
Oh yeah, popcorn's a bigger mess.
Remember Target popcorn? Yeah. All the time.
I remember not that long ago, a few months ago, I was hungry, and I never do this. And they had a pizza pan, personal pizza at Target. And I was like,
with the Pizza Hut ones?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh, got one of these. And I'm like, I haven't had one in forever. And like, cause I remember back in the day when I was younger and in high school and my metabolism was like, crazy. I would go to like those Taco Bell Pizza Hut combinations, and I would get like a little mini pizza and then like a taco. Cause I could,
oh yeah.
Back then I was like, okay. And I remember where I used to go to school when I was younger, there was a KFC in A&W. So I would get like popcorn chicken and like A&W fries. It was really good.
Whatever.
That was a Huntington Beach, I think. I don't know if it's still there, but that was the thing over there.
I don't know anyone who works at these anymore. And I wouldn't ask people these days, but apparently people who work at the Taco Bell KFC combos, they'll fry burritos. And they'll make like chimichangas. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think they do it like later because they got to just throw everything away. But like,
oh, that's so funny. I love that.
What I do want to try, I think if they still have the green burrito items, because they have the sign.
Carl's Jr.
Yeah, around the corner here. Apparently their hard tacos are very good.
I just have, we used to have one near my parents' house. I don't know if it's still there.
I've never.
No, it was green burrito / Carl's Jr. I don't know if it's still there. I never personally myself saw anybody order from Green Burrito. So that's why that was like a myth. There was like a Green Burrito like salsa bar. I'm like, is this what it is? But they're like, no, you can order food off this menu. I'm like,
yeah, I gotta try the hard taco. It's like similar to the ones at Pepe's.
Okay.
I've never tried it, but I've seen it.
Interesting.
And they fresh fry them.
Do they still have Pizza Hut and Taco Bell combos? I've not seen one in a long time.
I think they got rid of all of them because Taco Bell is so popular, and that's not the way you want to eat Pizza Hut.
True.
I haven't seen Pizza Huts anywhere really.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on with that.
I don't know how we got to this topic.
That's how it happens.
Oh, walkways and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, I was grateful to see that. And yeah, just overall, I love it when custodians, they don't all do this, and I think it's just like an extra touch they do, but some of them will rake the leaves and make Mickey out of it, or they'll get their mop and make Mickey's face. And like, it's like a fun little thing to like, they're just doing their job. They're just cleaning, but they're like, hey, there's kids walking by, make them smile. Like, let me just draw this for them. Cause they're probably like artists themselves, but they're doing amazing work just like being custodians, but like I love it.
I'm also really thankful for late hours at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Like that extra hour after closing too. It's like they let you walk out slowly.
Mm-hmm.
You can enjoy the empty park. You can't go on rides most of the time, but like,
well, Main Street's still open.
Yeah.
So,
but you could be at the other side of the park. It encourages
you to move towards the end, but they're not gonna like. Some people are still in queues. You might be using a restroom or something like that. So it's like
photographers running.
Yeah. And security's kind of lingering, but they're never like, get out of here. It's like they're like, all right, guys, like we're closed. We're closed.
They just put the pressure on a little bit.
They put or they just stand there. And I think their very presence is like, oh, okay, like we don't want to be jerks. We don't want to like take up their time and their space. Like we should move.
Yeah. So yeah, I like those quiet hours.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And I'm also thankful for the things we never do, the things that are for other people. Like, not only like does it take up crowds, but it's like other people are happy doing other things. Things like Mickey and the Magical Map. I like it, but I'm not gonna watch it every time.
Mm-hmm. I love that show.
But people love it and they go. And like parades, I like parades like once or twice. But I'm thankful they're there. I'm thankful that there's like a lively Disneyland, something for everyone. Like it still caters to so many different people.
Well, it's like back when we first started going back to the parks, we tried to hit up every ride, and we did Autopia and like Buzz Lightyear. I rarely do those rides, but it was nice to be like, hey, like I haven't done this ride. Like there's like people ask, don't you get tired of going all the time? I'm like, it's funny because there's still a novelty there that I get every time that I might try a new ride that I haven't done in a while. I might try a new food I've never tried before because of all the new foods coming out. And it's like the things you never do. Like rides I don't do often, but like if like let's say we went on like I don't know, Snow White. I don't go on it often, but when I do go on it, I really appreciate it. Like, oh, this was great. Like short ride. We go on like last time we went to Mr. Toad. I haven't been on it in a while. I loved it, and it was like a quick 2-minute ride. And
because it's not things you never do. It's things that you'll want to do every now and then, and they're there when you want them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I'm also very thankful for cast members.
Me too.
I love
cast members.
They're work to the bone,
mm-hmm.
and they're not always appreciated, but for the most part, they add to the magic. They
Mm-hmm.
make magic for you. They pay attention to you. They say happy birthday to you and congratulations, and they're always looking out to make your day better. And they're, people shout them out a lot, but they're not appreciated with pay all the time or ever.
Yeah.
But they do deserve it because they are actually passionate about their jobs. People don't get a job at Disneyland just to get a job.
No.
Because it's not paying the bills. So
And it seems like everyone I've ever, like my personal experience, I don't know about everybody else, I've never met a straight up rude cast member. I've seen people that look tired. I can just tell they're like at their last wit's end. And, I try to be nice and everything, but I've never had somebody give me attitude or like look at me like if I ask a dumb question that I should know the answer to. I've never felt like, I don't know. I feel like there's like this mutual respect of like I always try to be polite and they're always like, oh yeah, for sure, like let me help you, or like point me to something that can help me. And even like this last week when we went, like we were wearing like those Disney sweaters, and I think a lot of people that stopped us were cast members. Like, oh my god, I love your sweater. I'm like,
they're passionate about Disneyland.
You work here, like, and it's like, but like they were genuinely happy to do it, and yeah, I mean, like, and there's times I see them, they look overwhelmed, like they look a little stressed, but I've never seen them like take that out on me because I'm like asked a question or something. But they're very, I love cast members. The ones that, that work with characters, like you're excited to meet them, like, oh, like come meet this character, or the ones that are greeters at the front, even custodians. Like some custodians kind of are quieter, but some of them, like I said, they'll draw, they'll do something fun with the kids. Yeah, I love cast members.
So is there anything I haven't mentioned that you are thankful for?
I was thinking about this. I'm like, what else do I love? I think right now, I love the options we have, maybe as APs or something, but are not magic key holders. Like, so this last week when we went, we had the option because we were kind of like trying to like beat the crowds a little bit. So we went to the hotel. We weren't guests there. We weren't, but we have the option of going in there, checking out their store, sitting in their lobby, eating their snacks. And it's like, we could have gone there, could have gone to downtown Disney. We could have gone to the DCA, Disneyland. I really appreciate, and this isn't like a dig on Walt Disney World specifically, but that everything is walkable right now.
Yeah.
We don't have to go across the street or like take 2 monorails and a tram to get to another park. It's that everything is pretty accessible. And even though the tram route it can be tiring sometimes, it's that we have the option to get to like walk. Whatever we have to do, we can walk. It's all within however square footage or square miles it is.
Yeah,
like,
you do feel like you are at Disneyland the whole time. Like you're at the Disneyland resort. Even the hotels feel a part of it. Like, I haven't left yet. And yeah, you get that Disney feel even if you don't step foot in a park.
And there's been times where like I've just driven past Disneyland for some reason, like just happened to be in the area. And I feel like even though I'm not in the parks, I'm like in the Disneyland resort. Like I'm passing, I always say like you see the little Mickeys on the lamppost. Like, oh, I'm in Disneyland. Like I can see the Matterhorn off the freeway. Like it's right there. And
well, they've started calling that the Anaheim Resort.
I believe the Anaheim Resort is Disneyland, Honda Center. It's like all like I don't think it's like one long strip. It's that like anything that's associated with like an attraction is considered the Anaheim Resort.
Yeah.
So if you look at all the marketing for it, it'll list like Honda Center, Arctic, like the cool glass thing.
It's a transportation center.
That's another thing I'm grateful for. I'm grateful that we have the monorail back.
Yeah.
Very grateful for that. And I'm grateful that we now know trams are coming back.
Yeah.
Like I know we don't have it right now, but I'm grateful that we know. And I was kind of laughing at the Fantasmic World of Color announcement because I'm like, it's coming. I'm like, we already need that. But then I'm like, no, but like they said it and they don't have a date probably for maybe they just don't want to get people upset. But I was happy, like, okay, like they're thinking about that. So hopefully that means they're thinking about bringing back shows again, like shows that they can hire performers again. They can hire, Fantasmic has live actors. Maybe one day they can reopen Making the Magical Map. Maybe if Frozen doesn't come back, it'll be a new opportunity for a new show.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful that, I guess right now I'm grateful for what we have and the promises that are to come. That's kind of how I feel right now.
I'm also just thankful that, I mean, yeah, it was different before, but that Disneyland is open every day of the year. That you can go when it rains, you can go when it's sunny, you can go at the times that the sun sets late, and you can go in the times where the sun setting early, like now. And you have all these days you can go. You can go during different seasons. You go during Christmas, Halloween, nothing time, like even like springtime, Valentine's Day time. Like there's Disneyland can fit throughout your year too.
And I was thinking really quick, a few weeks ago we had a hailstorm here. And I saw those hilarious videos of people hiding. And I'm like, even though I'm sure some rides had to close down, is like Disneyland didn't close. It was like, all right, just get under a shelter. Like, all right, cleared up. All right, let's get back out. It's like, like the CMs are going to work with you. They're going to keep you safe. And they're going to be like, all right, guys, like just, I know we don't like when rides shut down or when things shut down, but it's like, luckily we're a couple feet away from the next attraction. Yeah. Or I walk out of Monsters Inc. for closing and Mickey and Minnie are on stage, or Chip and Dale are on stage, or Adventure Campus is right there. You walk through Adventure Campus and they have all these characters out. So even though you're not maybe on a ride, the attraction itself is everything else around you. The characters, the shows, the music, everything,
Yeah. And I gotta say, I'm thankful for Rain.
Me too. I'm glad you called him. Yeah, that was great.
For my friend and co-host, Christian Rainwater, who is sick. You guys heard from him. There's no like, oh, we cut in or we're going to do it later. Like he was here. Yeah. So
he was here. Definitely. I count that he was here.
Yeah. So, this whole operation was his idea. I'm thankful that he's here every week, supporting the show, editing the show.
Yeah. It's a lot of work.
When I'm not sure of something, I text him. I go, the art was going to be green this week. And he goes, let's do the classic. Okay. And, hey, should I put it this here or this here? You think this title or this title? Should we call it this or do this? And, he's always got something to say. It's not always just yes. Sometimes he's like, no, I like the Genie Plus. that wasn't going to be an episode. He goes, I think we could do it. I said, all right, then we're going to do it.
And you guys did it. Yeah.
And we did it. And people really liked it. So it's...
Because you were willing to go in there, read it. Because some people were like, I just want to hear it. Or just tell me what it is and I will listen to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you're right. Like, he got this show off the ground. Or, like, he's the one that decided to do it. And I don't think he knew the planning of it would be during a pandemic. But in a way, that was probably... like, I'm not saying best case scenario because that's awful, but like the pandemic was when people probably were looking for some Disney fix the most. And, you know, the vloggers were really trying, everybody was trying to create Disney content, but you guys were strictly working on this is the Disneyland we left behind and one day it'll reopen. But in the meantime, let's appreciate it. And now, you know, you guys are coming up with new ideas and you can come up with timely episodes like Genie Plus or like Magic Key, things that like are more timely and more like, hey, this is happening right now.
Yeah. And I'm thankful that Rain and I are very similar people and also very different people. That I like to write everything down and he likes to see it when we get here. But I like that too, where I don't want him to read up on the episode. It's more fun. I'll hide things in here for his reaction. Yeah. It's fun. And I have a lot of fun doing this every week. And it's, you know, just it's nice to like even it's why Rain and I are the friends that we are now. We've always been friends, but it's different now. And I am very thankful for you, Kimmie. Thank you for always stepping up to the plate when we need you. Thank you for being nice to the Tram fam because they know you now.
I know.
Thank you for interacting with them when they come up to me because they know your name. They go, oh, hi, Kimmie.
Yeah.
And
I'm getting used to that still. So if I seem caught off guard, it's not because I'm just... a little socially awkward. I'm getting better at it.
Great.
I'm getting better at it.
But you know, thank you for your presence in general. But camera presence, microphone presence, you know, you're here, you say you're shy, but you know what you're doing when you're here. And
we're just having a conversation. That's why. It's just me and you having a conversation. I'm not trying to think about everyone else listening, but
that's what
not
the
in a bad
show
way,
is.
but not in a bad way. But like it gets me through it if I just focus on the present moment right now.
That's what the show is. But also, thank you to the Tram fam. Thank you, all of you listeners. It's funny because a lot of podcasts, YouTube, whatever, like we couldn't have done this without you.
Yeah.
Because of their money. But instead, it's, you know, we'd probably do it anyway, but we thank you for being part of the reason we do this.
Yeah.
Because we know that there is some sort of community out there. People who listen to Trammin, a bunch of people who for some reason want to listen to me and Rain. Yeah. And it's, you know, you guys are so nice, so wonderful to us. You all want to buy a hockey jersey already.
Yeah.
I got so many messages about that.
Oh, the Trammin one?
Yeah,
I'd buy one,
it's not real. But like
hilarious.
And you know, you guys want merch from us and you know, maybe someday, but thank you always for listening, for supporting us, for saying hi, and for being part of the show a lot of times too.
They write in.
Yeah. Thank you for correcting us. You know, we always want to have the right answers. We want to include you guys. Thank you for being the nicest people too. Like, you know, there's, you know, I'm not going to talk bad about any fandoms, but thank you for being genuinely nice people, it seems, and for, you know, just being good to us and hopefully, you know, good to one another too. And, you know, I hope all of you, you know, we're not done, but I hope you all enjoy this episode, enjoy your weekends with your family and, you know, you can write in with things you're thankful about and we'll read them next week.
And I hope this weekend is full of happiness and Thanksgiving for you guys, however you celebrate and however, you know, the people you surround yourself with, hopefully everything is, you know, grateful and happy and just you have a great weekend. And even if you're just home vegging out, you get thankful for that too, because that's how I want to spend my weekend. So I'm excited about that.
So thank you everyone for what you do and thank you for listening, but it's time for We Have It So Good. So We Have It So Good is where sometimes members of the Tram fam write in with what they miss or appreciate about Disneyland, or we do some recaps, talk about the current state of Disneyland. We're not going to be negative, but we can take off the purely positive hats. Yeah. So it's okay if a comment slips through.
Oh,
so
it'll slip through. Okay.
it's like this just in.
Yeah.
I talked to him at work. He told me to call him, but I'm not going to call him right now. But one of my new employees, Victor, went to Disneyland. He took his family to Disneyland this weekend because it's one of his son's birthday. So happy birthday. And he's like, I want to go to Disneyland. So he took him to Disneyland. And he kept talking about all these foods he ate. And he just kept going like throughout the day.
I'm like, did he eat all this in one day? I was like, holy shnikes. That's crazy.
Rain, bleep out shnikes. I don't like it.
Sorry. I was trying to find a word. I was like, that's the word. That's the word we're going to go with. No, because if you bleep, I said a different word. Don't do that to me. Don't.
You got to go with my favorite. Holy moly.
Pizza time. Okay.
So Victor, who is not a large man by any means or any stretch of the imagination. He's just a normal sized dude. He went through what he ate this Sunday at Disneyland.
And it seems like an amazing.
They went rope drop. They went rope drop to getting kicked out.
Wow. Okay.
Because they bought tickets.
How do they survive?
Lots of coffee. Victor loves coffee.
I would have. I've been guilty of sleeping in the Grand California Hotel. I don't take up a whole couch. I'll take up like a little chair and just kind of curl up. I've done that a couple times.
So he said they wanted to hit the ground running as soon as they get in. They want to hit Disneyland. They don't want to wait in line for coffee or whatever. So he got.
Did they have a park hopper or just one?
Just Disneyland.
Okay.
So he said they drove through Starbucks and he got an everything bagel with cream cheese and an Americano sweetened.
Okay.
And then he got into Disneyland. I think he said he went on Space Mountain and Star Tours. He goes, that's what they always do first. Got another coffee. And then immediately he got a churro. And then a little
just a classic churro? Or
that was a
holiday
classic
one?
churro.
Okay.
And then he went and tried the spicy meatball sub.
That's next on my list.
He said
maybe next weekend.
Pretty good, pretty messy. But the marinara is very Disneyland marinara. But he said even if you strip it all away, he said it was a very good meatball.
Okay, I'll think about it.
So maybe we'll split it.
Maybe.
And then we can go eat something else too. Then in the same sitting, he shared a chili cheese bread bowl.
Do you get it there at Coke Corner or Refreshment Corner?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And then earlier in the day, when I was asking him, like, don't tell me you went to Pizza Planet, I'll send you home.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, yeah, just, and then later in the day, so, now that I know you're not going to send me, we're joking, don't worry. He said he did go to Pizza Planet because he said he went there because there were less people.
Which I understand. People that aren't familiar, it's like, I'm just hungry.
He is familiar. He was just like, he knows it's not good.
Yeah.
But it was just like, there's so many people everywhere. He's like, it's a family. He knows it's not cheaper. Yeah. The kids like it. He's like, let's just go there. So he said he got a slice of pepperoni, a breadstick, some of the Caesar salad, and they sat out in that like outdoor Space Mountain area.
Yeah.
Because he was like, it was the only thing that wasn't busy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
all right.
It's pretty big there, yeah.
So then he went to Galaxy's Edge. He tried the blue milk because I told him he has to try the blue milk. He loved it. Said it was delicious.
Okay.
He said delicious. His son didn't like it, so he drank his too. And then he got the green milk, and I said, "Oh, it's fine, right?" He goes, "Yep, exactly, it's fine." And he's
I
like,
like both.
He said he would have liked it more if he never tried the blue milk, but the blue milk is way better.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Like the green milk,
they do taste different. I will say that.
The
but I
green
like
milk
both.
just tastes kind of like something. It's familiar.
Yeah.
Blue milk is unfamiliar. So, then got another churro. Did I? Oh no, I missed. After the bread bowl, he got the churro with a marshmallow dip, the chocolate churro.
Oh, so so we're on churro 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then he got the third churro and another Americano.
That's coffee number 3.
Yeah. And then he went to Gibson Girl and got a strawberry scoop and a scoop of chocolate. He said strawberry was strawberry, but the chocolate was very good. He said it was very like moussey.
Interesting.
And then he ate 2 whole corn dogs, both bags of Lay's that came with this. And then he went back and he bought a bag of Doritos. And to top it all off, every single meal included a Coke from the fountain or bottle.
That is so, oh my God.
And he's saying all this while eating like 2 slices of bread, some salami, and cheese at work.
That is amazing.
Like
he's a legend. That's amazing.
Yeah, he said he's at Disneyland. He's enjoying his day at Disneyland. He's going to love the day. He's going to eat as much as he wants and then goes back to normal later.
What's funny is nothing on this list, maybe except for the marshmallow dip, is a seasonal item. He just went to the ground running with Disneyland
No,
food.
the spicy meatball.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And he only goes like once a year.
Yeah, no.
Got to hit those classics.
And get what you
Those
love.
corn
Like
dogs,
I'm not saying like don't like.
But yeah,
it's like no, get what you love.
He's like, no, I'm going all out. And then I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I don't need to eat that much at lunch. And then like I see him like give me this side eye, and he pulled out one of those little cups of Chips Ahoy, which is fine. It was just funny. So, but he said Fountain Coke from Disney is the best Fountain Coke on earth.
Interesting.
He has, like 20 years ago, but he worked at McDonald's, which apparently like people say has the best Fountain Coke. It depends on the McDonald's.
I heard it has the best Sprite.
Never that one.
I think I've heard that. I can be wrong. Maybe it was Coke. I'm not sure.
But he said, but Disney every time best. And so glad you and your family had fun. Thank you for being a great employee.
How many rides did he do? Do you know?
Oh, he like doubled up on some rides. He's like Space, Big Thunder. He made his wife sit in the front of Splash Mountain.
That's funny. I love
he had to buy them new clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he doubled up on a few rides. He won on everything he wanted to go on.
You know what? That's how you do it. Enjoy the day you want. Eat all the food. Go on. That's what a Disney trip should be like for someone that's not like a magic.
Well, yeah, he used to be an AP, so he loves Disneyland. He and his kids have like marched there in the marching band stuff because they're all in marching band, like they're all musicians. So he loves pins and stuff. But yeah, glad you guys had fun. Glad you ate your heart out.
That's amazing. Yeah, that sounds like a legendary day.
Yeah, he looked quite tired today. So you and I went this Friday.
We went on Friday, which we weren't sure. I was nervous about the crowds, but like you said earlier, we got there later, which I think was a good call, because that means we got to stay later and we weren't like exhausted for being there for hours. It was like we came home after work, we did our thing.
I gave blood that day, so I need a little nap.
I went to the gym, but I still felt okay though being there. And I think, and I also had a coffee on the way there, so I think that kept me awake for the most part.
Yeah, well, and like you went to the gym and you showered. So it was like you had your own like, and then
like a refresh, and I had a coffee on the way there.
And then, so we met up in Mickey and Friends.
Around 7. Yeah.
And I had the Christmas sweater that I got last year.
The red one from last year.
And of course, I got you a matching one last year.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I should have brought it. It was in your trunk.
It was in my trunk because I had winter clothes back there. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah.
Put it on, and we got going to the tram route.
And everyone loved them.
We got stopped by not just cast members and people. I don't know if they were tourists or what they were, but people were like, oh my God, I love your sweater. I think only a couple people asked where we got it from. I mean, I think they assumed it was there, but most people were like, oh my God, like those are so cute, or that's amazing. And
like, yes, it was cute. We're matching, whatever, but they specifically also just love the sweaters because this year's are gray.
This year's are gray, and they just don't have that, like, other than the fact that they're like ugly grandpa sweaters, there's no holiday aspect to it, not really.
Oh no, there's like reindeer and stuff on it, but it's supposed to be like Walt's Christmas Lodge, and it looks like a grandpa sweater, but they should have made it like beige or off-white
or green, for Christmas.
It's too green and red is too striking. Maybe green and white, but if they wanted that Walt's Holiday Lodge, a cream color would have been better than the gray. But people loved them. They were very warm.
They're very warm.
Zip, unzip, like.
Yeah. I would unzip it if I was too warm. But one thing I was telling Kirk, because I know I haven't seen a lot of people wearing them personally. And I thought about it. I'm like, the only people that could have bought it last year were either if you bought it online or if you happened to go downtown Disney last year while the parks were closed. And I don't think people were traveling for that. So I was like, I'm sure people that have these sweaters are locals that just bought them. Or Shop Disney had them, but I think the red ones are completely gone now. So I think that's why people were like, "Oh my God, like your sweaters are so cute!" Like, because I didn't see anybody else wearing them.
Yeah,
or last year I saw Don't You Will wearing them last year, but this year I have not. I mean, maybe like I can count on one hand how many people I've seen wearing those.
And I see a lot of Walt Disney World ones, but not.
Yeah, not Disneyland ones.
Yeah. Well, Walt Disney World was open last year.
That's true. So I'm sure people in Florida, it's like not a big deal over there for them.
Yeah, they might have even had fewer of them last year because we got them right away. We got them in October.
Yeah. We got them right away.
Yeah. So we went straight to Festival of Holidays.
We were starving. It was dinner time for us.
We're starving. We had the Sip and Savor Pass. Thank you for getting that.
Yeah. We just thought, it was like because you had said a lot of them were the same and nothing. I only had a handful of things I wanted to try. So I was okay. Just like, you know what, let's just.
Oh no, I'm glad we have it. It's why we didn't each get one.
Yeah.
Because we probably could have each.
It made sense for us though. It did. So I'm glad that we and even now, like next time we go, I think next time we go, I might stick to Disneyland just to see what's there. But then we'll finish it before the holidays end. But Yeah. I think so far though, you mentioned that last week. I really loved that the toffee coffee I got that one time. We didn't get it this time, but shout out to that because that was really good. Like that'll wake you right up, and it's full of sugar.
So we ordered all the food at once.
Yes, you can go to the one booth if you want and order all the food there if you want to save in like time in line.
Yeah, and if you want to save time ordering, tell them which booth it's from because they got to look around for it. So this is in order of appearance, not order that we ate it in. Holiday Duets, which is in the Avengers Campus like annex area, like to the
left of the entrance. Yeah.
So Holiday Duets, I got the braised pork belly adobo with garlic fried rice and chicharrones. That thing is amazing. If you hate fat on food, this is the place that you're going to try fat that melts in your mouth. It's amazing. It's very soft. It's very, very fatty. So it's a little overwhelming for some people. So you might want to split it, but it comes with the garlic rice, which it's heavy garlic, which is not my thing, but good. But the chicharrones add a lot because you get that buttery fat and then you get the crisp. So, it's pretty good. I love it. It's one of my favorite items every year. I also got a Pabana Cachaca or Cachaca Colada with, it has cachaça, which is some sort of Brazilian alcohol. Okay. With passion fruit, banana, mango, coconut cream, and lime. And they put a little hibiscus flower on it, so I'm in. Yeah. No, it wasn't hibiscus. It was some sort of, I don't know. Yeah. But it was very good.
I had a sip of it. I'm not a banana fan, and it's the first thing I tasted. I was like, I'm out.
Did it make you go bananas?
No. I don't know.
Yeah, I really liked it. I highly recommend it if you like all these things because you will taste these things.
And the one thing about the line too is that the pickup line was very long at one point. We happened to join the line as it got shorter, but at one point that the pickup line, not the order line, the pickup line went. And my guess is they ran out of something maybe.
A lot of times they'll run out of pork belly. It takes them another half an hour to make it. Yeah. So sometimes that can happen, but you could just leave and walk around with your receipt.
And
don't lose the receipt.
Yeah, don't lose the receipt. And because you can order all your things at 8 a.m. if you wanted to, or whenever it opens 10 or whatever, and then just get it later like at 5. But you have to just be aware that if they run out of a thing, you might have to wait. And then they say it when you buy it, but you have to tear off the tabs in front of them. Yeah. So you can't take them off ahead of time, and they will not receive. So either let them do it for you, or you do it in front of them. So something else to remember.
And then at Grandma's Recipes, I got the Impossible Arepa Encantada with dairy-free queso stuffed maize with spiced plant-based ground beef and pickled onions. I ate all of it. I even ate the pickled onions. They were fine. Impossible meat with dairy-free queso.
So it's truly vegan.
Yes.
It's truly vegan this time.
Plant-based.
Plant-based. Sorry, that's the word.
So, I did a little video. It was a little baby boy. It was very small.
The bite I had, I don't think I had all the toppings on it because it was a little bit dry for me. But I think I got more of the maize than anything. That's why.
Well, the cheese is very like in the middle. An arepa is it's like a.
It's literally like this.
It's like a. It's very. This was small, but it was like a chubby pupusa. Yeah. But it was pretty good. If you don't like the impossible stuff, I don't know. But yeah, even the fake cheese, it wasn't that gross nacho cheese. It was like a gummy or stringy cheese. Like it was pretty good. Yeah. So I recommend it. We use a tab, Then from Favorite Things, Kimmie got the Chana Masala with garlic naan. So this is vegetarian. So here's what's funny. Chana Masala is vegan, but naan is often made with buttermilk or yogurt.
Oh, so it's not vegan, but it's vegetarian.
Yeah. So they won't sub things, but you can probably tell them, I don't want the naan, and they just won't give it to you. And then it is, I believe, should be vegan.
But I would ask.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this year they're not doing modifications, but they don't like dunk the bread in for you. It's just on the side. So you can either say don't get it, or if they give it to you, just don't eat it.
But there's no meat. Yeah. It is vegetarian, and it's bread with some yogurt in it. So don't worry too much.
Yeah. And I have to say, even though it was a small portion, it's very hearty. Like that kept me full the rest of the
Yeah,
night.
Chana
Like,
masala is chickpeas and lentils. So that's
and
like
it was
stuff.
it was not big, but it kept me full. It was very hearty. I'm like, if you want to get something that'll keep you happy for a couple hours, I would get that.
Yeah, it wasn't like pozole, which has like cabbage and hominy, but a lot of broth. This was like, no, this whole thing is like chunky.
Yeah, it was chunky. The whole thing was chunky, but it was delicious.
Yeah. Shout out to the Chana masala at Trader Joe's too.
Oh yeah.
They have surprisingly good Indian food. Shout out to Jonathan Shahani. He's Indian, and he said Trader Joe's Indian food surprisingly good. So
nice.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
Oh wait, was it? It already passed. I think it passed like November 6th. So we didn't say Happy Diwali to everyone, but
oh, I'm sorry. Happy Diwali.
Well,
I because I don't know the date either, and I want to know.
I mean, you all see why I started looking these things up, but that has been going on this season. So before November ends, there you go.
Happy for those who celebrate. I love that.
So, yeah, it's not like a Christmas holiday type thing.
It's just like a winter holiday or like a fall
it just comes
holiday.
at this time for some reason, but it's like it's just to celebrate. It has significance. I don't know what the significance is, but it's not like, oh, it's Christmas. It's a totally separate thing, of course.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very big deal in India. So we saw mostly kosher at Wine Country Trattoria. So I
was so happy. This is like that. I think until we got there, I was like, I want to see them today. And we're like, all right, we'll look at the times. And they had I think their last show was 8:40. So what's cool about this event as well is that there's more entertainment at night now.
Yeah.
Or other shows kind of end earlier, but now they have specific spots so you can see them. So there was a band near where the World of Color was. They were at the Wine Country Trattoria. This one's a little bit trickier to see them.
Yeah, but
because it's combined with a restaurant. But we found a spot to stand that was perfect, and we got to see them, and they were so much fun. I think they're my favorites.
Yeah,
and I really appreciated it was Hanukkah, and they were he would explain some Jewish traditions as he was singing, and I really loved that because I didn't grow up with that, or I didn't know much about that growing up. So I feel like I learned a lot. And then an R&B cover, and I was like, yeah. And he had
that was my least favorite part.
I loved it. I recorded it.
But they were. I love them. I'd seen them before.
This was my first time seeing them, not just walking by, but standing and watching them. It was so good.
Yeah, and it's similar to how Armenian pop music was when I grew up too. So and a lot of the singing, the languages aren't the same, but it's that same feel. So I really liked it. But
they're very talented. All of them were
they're very good,
talented.
and they are available year round if you like them enough.
Yeah. So you don't have to be eating there, but just stay by that area and just find. And I think I saw there was a couple chairs, with the soft padding on it.
Yeah, there's
but we just stood. The show's not very 10, 15 minutes maybe, so you're not there for a long time. So we just stood and we had a great time.
Totally amazing. You'll if you just enjoy any type of live entertainment, you'll love them.
Yeah, definitely check them out.
So then we made our way to the Grand Californian, where we bought.
This is during the fireworks. We kind of escaped the crowds.
Where we bought the Mickey Gingerbread Man that cost $4 more at the hotels.
And we found that out.
It cost $3.70 more.
We found that out the next day, so it was not intentional.
But regardless of that, we got to try the red velvet cookie shot that I got with straight up milk. Low fat milk.
Yeah, low fat milk. Yeah.
But not as good as it's not. It's like a red velvet cup, and the chocolate inside is just white chocolate. It's not doesn't taste like cream cheese or yogurt or anything, so it's not red velvet completely. The milk, whatever. And the reason I didn't get rum chata or whatever, that doesn't go with red velvet. I would have got rum chata with chocolate chip. It would go with that brown sugar, but it was fine. I don't recommend it. I recommend the other cookie shot. It's still there. I do want to try the gingerbread cake, but it's a whole cake.
That's a whole cake, a big boy. No, but I will say though, going back to the gingerbread really quick, I won't go negative, but I'm saying though that if you have a pass into the park, just buy it in there. But these cookies sell out pretty. I think America went the next day on Saturday, and she was there at 7, and they were all gone throughout the resort. So if you can get your hands on one, they're the best gingerbread cookies I've ever had. And I don't love gingerbread cookies normally. Delicious. I think they sell it at Jolly Holiday, and I want to say Trolley Treats. If you look on the app, you'll see it.
No, maybe Trolley Treats, but Trolley Treats has the Mickey head ones for sure.
Yes, but I'm talking about the full body.
Yeah, these
Mickey.
are softer.
These are softer. If your only option is the hotel, then just get it there. But if you have the option to get it in the parks, you'll save almost $4. and from what I can tell, they're exactly the same. They taste they're the exact
same size.
And then the hotel line does get long though, because I think you're competing with downtown Disney guests, hotel guests, and then people like us that didn't know. So we waited. It wasn't too bad. I think we waited maybe 20 minutes for it. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah, and we were beating firework crowds, so in a way, it kept us out of the crowds. And this line, it moved, and yeah, it was okay. But I mean, next time I order it, I'll check the other places first, save a few bucks. But it is what it is. But that's the one thing I look forward to during Christmas is this cookie. I love this cookie.
And then we made our way to Disneyland after,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went and saw that weird Bambi at Russian River.
Yeah. I had to ask a cast member, is this Bambi? And she didn't even know either. And I had to Google it, and it was Bambi.
Google Lens picked it up on Shop Disney.
Mm-hmm. Did we ride anything at DCA? No, we didn't. We didn't ride anything. We just ate and watched the show. Yeah,
we were gonna do Little Mermaid, but then we went to the hotel.
Yeah, because it was right before I forgot why. We just ended up leaving.
Yeah. And we want to do Disneyland. We went there to eat. Really.
Well, after our cookie, it was 8:40. I think they closed at 9, right? Or 10? So we re-entered the park 15 minutes before.
Yeah, it was 9:45, 9:50.
And they let us in, and we just walked through to exit. Yeah. And then we heard the whole DCA has now ended its normal operating hours. So we're like, all right, time to jump. So we jumped over.
And so we did Matterhorn Single Rider.
Yes.
Which is great. We did Space Mountain Single Rider.
And that took a little bit. That took 15 minutes.
Yeah, which is fine.
Which is fine, but it's people are catching on to the single rider thing again.
And we both ended up riding alone without anyone next to us, which it is what it is.
The guy though did kind of seem like, all right, you go there, kind of seemed like rushed. I don't think he was intentionally trying to keep us separated.
Or he probably didn't have a party or two, and he's like, just go.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see. We went on Haunted Mansion Holiday.
We finally got
it.
Mm-hmm.
Kimmie recorded a great video in which you can kind of hear this woman talking about a man who has thick hands.
I did not hear any of it because I was so focused on my recording.
She's like, oh yes,
and he
thick
was like
hands
laughing.
And they're dry.
I'm like, why is Kirk laughing? He's like, did you hear the conversation? And I was like, I was not. I was listening to the music box. I was not paying attention.
Yeah. So I don't know what thick hands are, but they're out there.
And I will say, Haunted Mansion Holiday, I kept saying I don't really care about this ride. I don't care. And then when I wrote it, I was like, oh no, I don't care about this ride during Halloween. It hit me. I was like, oh, it's Christmas. It smells the gingerbread and all the music's playing and stuff like that. So I was happy we finally wrote it. And I think it was a 20-minute wait.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was
bad.
Really short. It's been the night times have been doing really well.
Yeah, after fireworks especially.
Yeah, everyone just clears out.
And then we were walking and I went, hey, this is Pelican's Landing.
It was wide open.
It was wide open.
And a cast member walking by said, he's like, I think it opened yesterday. He's like, but this is my first time seeing it because he didn't work the day before. He's like, but I think yesterday was the soft opening of it.
But it's, like I said, it's a seating area for Harbor Galley.
Yeah, and the Columbia now, I don't know if it's operating yet, but the water's been refilled, so it's just it's chilling by the harbor, and I love it. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and there's a new walkway. I think it's completely accessible now. You could take a wheelchair all the way up and down that side thing.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, you get some new Disneyland, as I call it. So some new ground.
And they have wooden pelicans carved out, which look really cool. Yeah, it really adds to the immersion.
Another, plussing. It's there. Mm-hmm. There's more much needed themed seating for Harbor Galley because you go around the beautiful little back area, but there's 2 tables and a bench.
Very limited, yeah.
And there's a lot here, and it looks great. And I think you're all gonna like it when you see it. Especially, it doesn't block anything either. It's just there was nothing.
It was the perfect spot for it, yeah. Because I'm like,
it's to the left of the raft.
If anything, they added space because you have multiple tables there now, and it's a little bit. The spots are a little bit elevated, so I'm like, if anything, they added space. If that makes sense.
No, they did. They built over. They built over the water, and it's in between the Columbia dock and the Tom Sawyer's Island raft.
Yeah. So they didn't take anything away. It was just unused space.
Great.
It was really. I can't wait to eat there. I'm excited to chill there and eat there. Yeah.
And then we close out the day with Big Thunder Mountain because it is open.
Yeah, we walked by. I think we walked by Pirates and it was empty. And then we walked by Jungle Cruise, and I hear attention people, we are open if you want to come ride. So I don't know if no guests were going through there, but we ended up going to Big Thunder instead. But that was really funny to be like, hey guys, we're open.
What did he say? Despite appearances.
Yeah, despite appearances, we are open.
Yeah.
And we were gonna ride it, but then we did Big Thunder instead.
That is such a Jungle Cruise thing to say too. It was great.
But I think the skippers were just like sitting there like, all right.
Yeah. And, you know, they're allowed to make the jokes. That was, a good little touch. And so we decided exiting through the castle, I think, is the way to exit. So
we got off Big Thunder and we ended up doing the Frontierland walk.
Yeah, so we did Big Thunder Trail, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom so I don't have to go later.
Yeah.
You know, so I walked out, and I hear, "Are you Kirk?" And I go, and I see, and I know who it was, and in my head, I see their last name because it's their username. But we ran into Anna and Paul.
It was so nice to meet you guys. And I remember I was in the bathroom and I was washing my hands and I hear Kirk talking and I'm like, either it's like an old friend or it's a Tram Fam listener. So I was like, it's probably, and then when I walked out, they were so nice. They said, "Hi, Kimmie." And I was like, okay, Tram Fam, because they knew my name. And I was like, all right, cool. But they were so sweet. They were celebrating their 7-year anniversary. So happy anniversary.
Yeah. And
we just caught up. We talked about random stuff they did that day, and you know they were super open to sharing, and they were really
they
sweet.
Tried the pumpkin fritters. They said they're amazing.
Yes, and we haven't even done that yet.
That's they also say hi, Rain.
Hi, Rain.
Yeah. I don't know if he's listening.
Yeah.
But I'll let him know also. But I want to put it here first. But yeah, really nice meeting you guys. I luckily had a couple stickers. And it was so like funny to hear like, I have your magnet on my fridge. It's like so odd to be like a person that strangers know.
Yes.
And she's one of the OG Tram Fam. I think she started listening like episode 3.
She's more OG than I am. She's like, I've been listening since this day. I was like, oh, I'm after you, girl. Like you know way more than me. You're way more qualified for this than I am.
What are you talking?
Like with the Tram Fam lore and like knowing what everything was. Like, she's an OG listener. I'm like, oh, like out of towner episode, bring her on.
We'll take some notes from out of towners.
Yes.
But yeah, you know, if any of you see me, come say hi. I will of course say hi. Whatever I've got in my bag, if you don't already have it, you can have it.
You can say hi to me, but I don't have merch on me, unfortunately. So just say hi, and I'm like, hey. You know?
And she'll show you the sticker you can't have because it's on her water bottle.
Yeah, I'll be like, Kirk says hi.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely, you know, say hi. You could ask for pictures, because that's what we did, which is again also just funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, always nice seeing the Tram Fam. Again, you're all so nice. And you know, we're glad also that you guys listen and try something on our recommendations or avoid things based on our recommendations. But they did try Storytellers Cafe based off of Rain's recommendation.
Oh, really? I missed that part.
Because we mentioned we liked it.
Yes.
And it had some weirdness, but it was overall good.
Yeah.
And then Kevin in America hated it.
But Rain loved it.
But then Rain loved it. So then they went and they loved it too.
Good.
So yeah, I should have asked if they had the bread pudding. So write in.
Yeah, bread pudding is delicious.
Let us know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's also just so funny that like people know you now, Kimmie. Like,
I was talking to my sister about that yesterday. I was like, it's fun. Like, I'm always honored. And I'm always like, oh my God, thank you guys. Like, I really appreciate that. And I was like, I'm interested if there will ever be a day when you're not there. Like, for some reason, I'm there alone or with a sister, and I get recognized. That's like something I'm going to be thinking about now. It's like it's different. I'm not over here like, oh, everyone.
Because I forget.
Everyone. But it's like I forget because I'm like, this is like an audio podcast, and I know people watch on YouTube, so I forget that people watch on YouTube or they follow you on Instagram.
And not just like, you know, because I always think like, oh yeah, I talk about you all the time. But also like you've been on the show for hours and hours, and like you're on the Instagram. Yeah. Because people love clicking on pictures with people in them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, again, really nice meeting you guys. Everyone, don't stalk us, but come say hi if you see us. And you guys helped take a picture of us at the castle, which was really sweet. So thank you. Yes. We don't have any pictures of us together. Like, that's not a selfie. So that's for that. We have a couple, but not, it's not often that we do. Mm-hmm. And especially not in front of the castle because it's always so busy. And there was like, and by this point it was almost 12:30 because the park was at 12 that day, and we were exiting our past park closing, so it was great. Yeah, and there were people in the picture, but Magic Eraser did an okay job. And we got the lights. It was perfect. It was a really, really great way to leave. So then, we walked through the castle and Main Street, and we were just walking real slow, but Main Street Loop Christmas loop is playing.
And what's funny is the loop, so it'll be like, oh my god, started the loop, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know, because you listen to it like on your own, so I'm like, okay, great, and he's like, oh, this is my favorite song in the loop, and I'm like, great.
And so yeah, there's the instrumental so we're walking down, we're kind of just past refreshment corner.
Yes.
And Silver Bells was playing the instrumental, and I'm like looking up at the garland. The weather was just cold
love
enough.
that garland. Just so I know, I love it. It's like, because I think for a while it wasn't lit up, and they lit it up now, and they have like the Mickey in the
it
middle.
wasn't there.
Yeah,
because
I
of Paint the
love
Night.
It. Oh
So-
yeah.
So yeah, looking at the garland, hearing the music, walking down with you, like taking it slow, and I was like, I really had this thought. It doesn't get better than this.
I had that thought too, because normally because of our work schedules, we're rarely out late. Even when we are out together, we usually are. We're in bed by 10 or 11, like just But this night we said we're gonna get there late, or whenever we get tired we'll leave. But we just happened to make it till the end, and it was just great. Like and Main Street was quieter. People were leaving, or they were in the shops. Things were just winding down,
And it's funny
and it felt nice.
It's funny that this came after me saying like I miss closing down Disneyland and Adventureland.
Yeah. Well, we were in Adventureland though.
No,
We
I
went to
know, but
Frontierland,
just like
yeah.
closing down Disneyland, like in a
Mhm.
quiet moment with some music playing and like Christmas time, like that's the peak. That's
Yeah.
like, that's what I've been waiting for this whole year
Yeah.
too. Like, and we got it.
And
it was really
then
nice.
with the tram route home.
Yeah.
The tram route is always the humbling thing for me. I'm like, this is a great day. And then I'm on the tram route and I'm like, this is so long. But it was okay. I think I got a picture of you on the empty tram route, which was nice.
You take lots of pictures
I
of me.
take a lot of pictures. I go stand there. He's like, okay, so we'll stand there. But I think, that next day I slept for like 8 hours. I was so tired.
Oh yeah,
And you texted me like at noon. I was like, oh my God, like how long did you sleep?
I needed it.
Yeah, I think I got like a good 8 hours, because the next day was Saturday, so we just slept in.
And the vampires took my blood, so
Oh yeah, and we were laughing because I kept getting hot, because I had, to my defense, I had two sweaters. I had a sweater and then the coat, or the red sweater jacket over it. And you were like holding, you had it on the entire time. He's like, I'm just blaming it on like me being a vampire,
And I had-
and the blood's out of me. And I was like, that's true, yeah.
Yeah,
and,
I-
and your t-shirt underneath too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I had, it was, one of the best trips.
It felt
loved
like
it.
a classic holidays at Disneyland trip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And a trip we've never had really. So it was, honestly,
Because last time we closed it out was during the summertime that one time. And that was a lot of fun too. But like this was like holiday version of that. It
Yeah.
felt cozier. We had the holiday food. I got to see a new show. And I will say, for the most part, the rides weren't the priority. We did the rides at the end. But the beginning, we were taking the food and the vibes.
yeah. And
We
it-
weren't
it-
we weren't like, we gotta ride this ride
It
today.
feels like we're finally settling in to
Mhm.
going and being regular and not panicking and not worrying. And it was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time for one last bite. So, Kimmie, what is the best food you ate this week?
I'm not ready for this question. So
It's always here.
I will let you go first.
What was the best food I ate this week? It's probably got to be the pork belly, but I'm going to say it's a tie just because the pork belly, just like Christmas, it comes this time each year. The chicken kebab from Panini Kebab.
Oh, yes.
I
we
was
got that.
shocked.
Yeah,
I
because
was
he
shocked.
had never been there.
I have high standards for kebab because people are just
Mhm.
like, oh, put chicken on a stick and put it over fire. No. This was marinated. This was marinated.
Mhm.
It was moist. It was delicious. Very good.
Yeah. And that
Good
was
job,
for
you
Kevin's
guys.
birthday. Happy birthday, Kevin,
Yeah.
again. And no, because he told me ahead of time, like, oh, let me look at the menu. And us as a family, because we go there for like almost every, if it's not Sizzler, it's there because my dad loves Sizzler. But we always do family style. So we always get the basmati rice, chicken, and then it has grilled veggies in there. And you can pick the meat, but we always take the chicken. And then it comes like with 2 salads and like an extra skewer or whatever. So, and yeah, it's family style and it feeds our family of 5. So yesterday it was his first time having it. And I was like, oh, you'll love it. And you loved it.
Yeah.
It's a must do for our family. We do it a lot.
Yeah. So very, very good. Totally recommend. It's all around OC.
Yeah. There's like
They do
a
actually
few
also
Irvine locations, things like that. Yeah.
they do also have paninis, so the name kind of makes sense. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's a kebab place. So yeah, very good. My sweet, that drink was very good. this brownie from Earth Cafe was very good,
Mm-hmm.
but I got to give it to the Trader Joe's minty chocolate stars.
Yes.
Girl Scouts of America wishes.
They wish.
So good.
That's so funny. So, because
It's too good.
those are my favorite treats. I wait all year for them. So, people that know that are Trader Joe's people like I am, they have those stars. And I want to say every season they have a different flavor. I think they have other flavors during the year. Like I think for Valentine's Day, they have like a red version. I don't know. I'm a different flavor. But the minty stars, and I purposely did not buy them because they have been out for like a couple weeks now. And I'm like, if I buy these, they are going to be gone in a day because they're so addictive and they're small. So you can just like, just chomp on them. So yeah. So yesterday we were just kind of like snacky. I'm like, oh, I have this if you want it. And he's like, I am so happy I haven't bought them before today. Cause these would have been gone in a day. It was so good. I think my favorite food, I'm going to also say pini kebab, but I'll branch out a little bit. I did enjoy the food at Festival of Holidays, but
What did you get again?
the Cachaca Masala?
Chana masala.
Chana Masala. This is kind of cheating because it's not my favorite, but I want to shout out something. So I babysat on Saturday and I had mac and cheese. I have not had mac and cheese in the longest time. And it was actually very good. It was one of those like Whole Foods organic. So I was like, it'll probably taste fine. And it was dino shaped. And they were delicious. And the kid I was watching, he kept saying like, which one's this one? I'm like, Brontosaurus, T-Rex, pterodactyl. Like I was trying to come up with like words for it, but it was very nostalgic because we had that and then we made cookies. I'm like, I haven't had like I don't really babysit very often, but it was like, hey, we had mac and cheese and cookies, like such a simple, and we watched 101 Dalmatians, which I have not watched in a long time. It just felt like a classic, like a total 90s kid thing I would do was eat mac and cheese and a cookie and watch 101 Dalmatians. So I think the night made it special. Like it wasn't the best mac and cheese ever, but it was very good. But yeah, I think the best meal, I think you hit the nail on the head, was the panini kebab. Because I always forget how good that chicken is. The way it's marinated, it's so delicious.
And is your best sweet the cookies?
Probably the stars.
Oh wait, no, it's got to be the gingerbread man.
Oh yeah, the gingerbread
Come
man.
on.
Yeah, I totally forgot that for sure. And it's funny because my family. So last year, Kirk made us gingerbread cookies from scratch because they were around last year, but we wanted to make them together.
Well, it was your Christmas gift.
It was a Christmas gift. And so he made a dozen because he's,
No, I think I made 2 dozen. No?
He made so many.
That was
very sweet. And my family was obsessed with them. I think we ate them within like a week. So I was thinking that this year, because we're going to make some this year, me and you. So I was thinking we should do like a blind taste test and like get the original and the fake, and not the fake, but like
that one cookie is going to cost more than all the ingredients.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, cut up 5 ways. He's got a head. He's got 2 legs. And it's funny. So side note, my sister, so she's the one that requested that we buy her one and her friend one. And so the one she had for herself, she happened to share with another friend, and her friend's a baker. So our friend Des is a baker. So she knows, like, and she's like, this is the best gingerbread cookie I've ever had in my life. Like even she announced that, and she's all about bakery. Like she's really good at baking food. So like that was high praise for her. Yeah. Wasn't not too dry, nice and M-word and very.
To anyone intimidated, people love my baking.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I do? I get the recipe and I follow it. That's it. That's all I do. Don't mess with it.
Yeah.
And then like even you're like, I didn't know I was dating a baker.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea.
But I'm not a baker. I just bake things because
So
they're easy.
I will say, if you can go to the parks this weekend or this holiday, get that cookie. If you can't, go to Trader Joe's, get in your car, go to Trader Joe's, get those stars, go home and have a nice night to yourself and just inhale.
The frosted Mickey gingerbread is very good too. I think I like it more. So.
I
spicier.
got a message on Instagram from a family friend of mine who insists we get the gingerbread cookie from Grandma's recipes.
It's iced.
She said no, but she's like, they're amazing.
No.
She said so good. So that's gonna be that'll be one of the tabs we
get
next.
It has icing, and I love icing, like clear icing.
Okay, that'll be our next tab. Yeah. But she's like, I love the ones you got too, but this one you have to try this one as well.
Gingerbread Oreos are good too, and also there's an oatmeal cookie silk oat coffee creamer, which is ridiculous, but it's very good. It tastes.
I think I tried that.
I have it.
I had an oat milk one, but I don't know if it was oatmeal cookie.
They have a bunch of them. They have pumpkin spice, all that. But yeah. So, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Hawaiian bread rolls.
That's not Thanksgiving food.
It is Thanksgiving food. I only eat it during Thanksgiving time.
That's wrong. Okay, so
When else would I eat it?
Hawaiian rolls?
Yes.
Like on sliders all year round?
I guess you're right. I don't know. It's just
What's your
to
favorite
me-
Thanksgiving
Okay,
food?
but before I continue,
Okay.
I'm doing another taste test during Thanksgiving. They sell at Trader Joe's like sweet rolls or sweet Hawaiian rolls. They're not called Hawaiian bread.
They're not called King's Hawaiian.
They're not. But they're not called Hawaiian. They're not called Hawaiian rolls. They're called like sweet
Pull apart
bread. And I'm like, oh. So I was in charge of Hawaiian rolls this year, which, you know, that's my specialty. So I thought I'm going to get like one of each and just have my family taste test it and just see if they can tell the difference just for fun. I don't know.
But what is your favorite Thanksgiving food that requires preparation?
I like stuffing. Stuffing's pretty good.
What kind of stuffing do you eat though?
My aunt makes it. I don't know, but it's there's like not a lot of veggies in it. There's not like I don't think there's a meat in it. Let me think of what else really quick. Like, so I'm not boring.
Rain's is green bean casserole.
I don't think I've ever had green bean casserole.
Yeah, so he was friend in green bean. Did I say that when he called?
I love pumpkin pie. I know that's not like a dish, but like I love
you can say
pumpkin pie is delicious. And it's funny. We used to go to my aunt's house for Thanksgiving, and they would so Mexican American. We had a tamale plate. We didn't have turkey very often. Sometimes we did have chickens or turkey, and then we had ham. That was really good.
I don't like ham.
My uncle would make. He put some kind
honey
of
ham.
glaze on it. Yeah, it was delicious. So growing up, that was like what we had with tamales, obviously, and then we had like mac and cheese. And I don't remember ever having green bean casserole. I don't think it was ever on our dish growing up.
It's a very American thing.
And then
so.
last year, because of the pandemic, we just kept it to our immediate family. I was in charge of the charcuterie board, and it was really fun to do that. It's not really Thanksgiving-esque, but my sister's doing it this year. So it's like, it's going to become our new family thing of like charcuterie board, like in between waiting for our meal, just, you know.
You got to call it what Rain calls it, a charcuterie board.
No, my mom, bless her soul, she can't say it. So she'll come up. I've heard so many different versions of the word. Like
meat and cheese plate.
Yeah. She's like, you know, the shara board or the char board. And I'm like, charcuterie. And she's like, yeah, the charcuterie. Like she like tries to sound it out the way it's spelled. And, you know, she's trying, but yeah.
Yeah, my favorite, I think I brought it up last year, my dad's cornbread stuffing. So it's not bread, it's cornbread.
Ooh.
With
cornbread's really good. I don't always have it, but cornbread's delicious.
So he makes cornbread, then in a pan, he puts sausage, like hot link sausage, bacon, chopped up mushrooms, sometimes some bell peppers, corn, and sautés it all. And then mixes that with the cornbread and then pours all that butter and bacon fat all over it.
Ooh.
The cornbread's already cooked.
Yeah.
And then adds some craisins and then bakes it again to get the top all crispy. So it's almost dessert. My dad makes very good turkey because he brines it. If your turkey's dry, you just brine it. Yeah. Don't pre-brined is not brined. Buy one that's not pre-brined and brine it. Once he made a turducken. Do you know what a turducken is?
It's a turkey, a duck, and something. I don't know.
So yeah, it's a turkey, and inside that turkey is a duck, and inside the duck is a chicken. It's amazing.
Okay.
He's making some duck this year too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we didn't mention, do you like mashed potatoes and gravy?
I don't need the gravy. I like mashed potatoes, not too creamy, more potatoey with the skins left in.
Oh, okay.
That's the way.
This is the way.
Do you prefer the gravy?
I'm not much of a gravy person.
Gravy's for the turkey.
If the gravy's on the side, I'll maybe sprinkle a little bit on, but I won't like.
I don't want the volcano.
Yeah, no. I've never been a gravy person, but it's funny. So growing up, Thanksgiving is kind of like we celebrated different growing up back then. Like, so we would go to restaurants. So one of our things we would do is we used to go to Lucille's for Thanksgiving. So like I have memories of like going to Lucille's and having like a chicken barbecue, like growing up. But now, I mean, as of the past like few years, we've been doing family gatherings at home. But I had another side I was thinking about right now.
I don't understand the marshmallows with yams.
You know what I saw? Two people put raisins in their mac and cheese.
Stop it.
Raisins. I'm like, why? Okay, this wasn't Thanksgiving related, but it has to do with this weekend. I think we've talked about this before. Do you partake in Black Friday?
Just on PlayStation.
For me, I've learned over the years, because I used to like, I was never that person that would like, I have to get this one specific item. Like back then when I lived in the Irvine Spectrum, like all the stores were in on it, and they would like, oh, we're all gonna open at 12, and it's basically it's like being at the Spectrum during the day but at night. One year I won a giveaway. I won $1,000. That was the best Black Friday ever. But nowadays, I just like they have more selection online now, and people are starting their Black Friday shopping earlier this year. So I'm like, oh,
It's because, like
Get
Rain
online.
said, they're trying to get rid of their stock because everything's stuck at ports, and when it's coming in, it's overflowing. Blah blah blah. Do not buy a television on Black Friday unless it is a model number that you have chosen before Black Friday and it's on sale. Because they make special TVs just for Black Friday that are absolute garbage and mark them down $20.
wow,
If $20 is what's stopping you from buying something, don't buy it.
don't buy it.
Yeah.
And I believe Shop Disney, I think right now it's free shipping. I don't know if they're going to add anything else to that.
There's some deals, but
But
yeah.
I would say if you're going to buy
Play-
something, just buy from the parks. You know?
PlayStation Store, digital, great discounts.
Nice.
Great time to buy Assassin's Creed because it's like the Ultimate Edition is like $80 off. So
I haven't really been looking around for it, but I'm just because we're on the Thanksgiving topic. I'm like, oh yeah, the next day. No, one of my favorite things was during Thanksgiving growing up, my aunts, they always had their cutouts from like their like they would get those like inserts from newspapers, and they would just like go like, oh, I want this thing. And like none of us were gonna go out and get it, but it was like be like, oh, like if I was gonna wake up this early, I'd get this. I'd get this movie, or I get this. Like Target had like the bins of like $3, you know.
yeah.
Target on Black Friday is not fun. I've done that once. I hated
They
it.
are closed Thanksgiving though.
Good.
Forever, they said. They're done.
And Costco, they are closed Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
Costco doesn't need you Black Friday. You know, they don't need the
And they actually have a pretty good, I think, like if you buy it like even now or something like that, you can get like a price adjustment for Black Friday if
Yeah.
you really want to, you know.
yeah.
That option's
So
there.
you know, Thanksgiving, it's about food and family. And if you don't like those things, it's about relaxation or extra pay. So everyone's got a way to enjoy Thanksgiving. I hope you all do. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for being people we can be thankful for.
Yes.
And with that,
I don't know what I say. I always forget. I'm sorry.
thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week.
Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you, or Rain and Kirk will see you next week.
See you real soon.
Bye.
Bye.